Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. Welcome back to the rug pool. I am your host, Darth Flocka, the alchemist. Okay, we're gonna jump into it. Got a lot going. We're dealing with the secrets of death and dying. Spooky shit. If you haven't listened to my last podcast on Spotify, the Incarceration of Incarnation, you might want to go check that out for sure. So hold on, let me see something, because I am fresh off the plantation and I tend to set the time a little bit close to when yeah, a whole lot of that. So let me get a couple of these images. Let me see. I need some images. You know how we do this? I need some images. Peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. All right, let's find a good one. I had a good one on my phone. Anyways, like I mentioned on my last podcast, there is a plethora of teachings around the world that involve the soul and its journey through what I like to refer to, or like they like to call it, the underworld, the physical world that we inhabit. Okay, where else was I? Okay, because here's the most important thing that we got to realize. We're dealing with teachings and knowledge of the soul. Period. Fucking point blank. We're only dealing with the teachings and knowledge of the soul. Okay. Now, this was the image that I like. Let's save this. Let's save this, because I picked up a couple texts yesterday. What was this, on Sunday? Dealing with the Bhagavad Gita, whatever the fuck it's called. Okay? Picked up this text, and I'm like, I'm reading the shit, and I'm thinking up to myself, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga Krishna was spitting hot lava. And when I mean hot lava, I literally mean he was spitting hot lava, dealing with the knowledge and the teachings of the soul, And for me personally, I have like this inner warrior spirit, you know what I'm saying? I have a little bit of fight in me, if you will. And the way this text was given, it was given from that kind of perspective. It's looking like Krishna was talking to one of the members of his army, or whatever the case may be, and the other dude was kind of conflicted on whether or not he wanted to go to battle, because he was afraid to kill and things of that nature. And this nigga right here got to talking that shit. Okay, so we're gonna deal with a lot of this Bhagavad Gita, but then also we're gonna deal with this Tibetan Book of the Dead, for sure. We're definitely gonna deal with this Wheel of Samsara. Let me say, I want to say I already have this motherfucker saved, yo. I ain't even gonna hold you. I do. Because we talk about this often. The wheel. How to escape the wheel. Dealing with the damn wheel. Yes. Straight like that. So, this Tibetan Book of the Dead pretty much deals with all of the stages that you see on the screen here. Okay? dealing with the soul's journey in the afterlife, though. Because when people think of dying and death and whatnot, people, and hell, even myself, at points in time, believe, it's like one would assume it's an instantaneous thing. And death comes instant. Yeah, it comes instant on it for some people. Because, there's people who, even on Earth while they're here, they're in the process of dying, when you're on your way out. Unless you get, like shot in the head or some shit, you pretty much, or die in your sleep or die suddenly, you can be in that process. So the interesting thing, this Tibetan Book of the Dead speaks on the teachings of death and dying. Because there's two, it looks like there's two parts to death. It's death and dying. Okay, so knowing and seeing that, it's real interesting to see teachings that deal with how to help someone that's in the process of transitioning to the next level, or to a different realm. Okay, or one of said realms. And I like this because you can compare it to the Egyptian Book of the Dead, their underworld, any of the other mythologies. This Buddhist teaching is what I believe to be one of the more advanced teachings, on the subject. That feel like they got their shit really detailed, and it makes a lot of sense when you look at the culture of China. When I'm reading this, I got to envisioning goddamn, let me see if I can even picture the, okay, see if I can put an image to it. Yeah, this scene right here, dealing with Mulan and shit. You feel me? Remember in the goddamn movie Mulan when she was goddamn going up to her people's tomb and shit and goddamn lighting some incense, and the next thing you know, the motherfucking dragon popped up and her ancestors popped up and all of that shit. Yo, this isn't fake shit. This is not fake shit at all. I got the text. We're gonna read the text. So, you see some of these different cultures that actually have reverence for the dead. And for those souls that have passed on to the other side, and for those that may have not came back. Because studying this here text that we finna go over, there are ways to where you don't have to come back. And it's looking like those who ended up coming back, well, damn. Because there's a lot of pages before, hold on. Before you get to the point where you got to come back, that's the end of the book. You got to go through, listen, there is all of these different fucking, where the hell? Oh, this right here. This is the image we need to see. We need to see this. We need to see this. We need to see this. Okay. This right here. This is perfect. Okay. If you notice, there are different stages to this here afterworld, or to this afterlife shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. There's different stages. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, knowing and seeing that, it's very important. First of all, I'm one of those people that deal with practicality. Because here's the thing. We're talking about death, so why the fuck not? People go, when niggas die over here in America and shit, right? Fuck. This is one of my worst fears. One of my worst fears, even though this actually does not matter because I'd be dead. One of my worst fears would literally be to die having all this goddamn knowledge, right? And niggas take me and put me in a goddamn Christian church and get to crying in Jesus' name, talking about he going to heaven and all of this, that, and the third, and oh, pray for him. That is what my worst fear is, to die and be prayed over in Jesus' name or in the name of one of these other fake ass gods and buried like a fucking Christian. Ugh, that shit gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. Okay? Although I know it matters nothing in the grand scheme of things, but it's like, hey, don't disrespect me, all right? I'm doing all this goddamn science, teaching all this goddamn shit, dropping all this goddamn science, burying me like a fucking Christian. How disrespectful. Okay? So, anyways, yes, there are different stages, and this was crazy when I'm reading this text, right? And I'm looking at it and I'm seeing the damn shit. I'm like, everything I've been saying, like when I'm sitting here telling y'all, like, hey, you might want to get some knowledge while you're on Earth so you don't turn into some dumbass ghost on the other side, wandering this physical world still like you a part of it. You know what I'm saying? That's in here. Literally. All of the shit I be saying, like, nigga, a lot of the shit is in these texts. So we're going to go over a lot of this shit. But first, I want to start off by, hold on. Where is that, where's the photo of Cuff? Where he at? Oh, fuck. Swear we had it. Anyways, let's do it again. Cause why not? Oh, I already had it, but I don't know where it's at. So, anyways, we're going back to Krishna. Okay, Krishna is the nig, and here's the thing too. They be taking shit, and once you read and study, especially this Eastern shit, you gotta study some of this Eastern shit. Okay, when you're over here in America, a lot of the shit that we deal with is called the shit from the West. You know, Western philosophy, Western psychology, Western astrology, Western, all the ologies and all the science is Western. It's dealing with the white man. Okay, that's what that Western shit means. It means white. Okay, now when you go over there and you look at the Eastern shit, and this is what's interesting how I'm looking at it. Okay, because the white man has not came out with none of his own science regarding the science of the soul. Okay, even when you look at all of the mystics from back in the day, all of the Rudolf Steiners and all of the Golden Dawn, and you know what I'm saying, the Aleister Crowley and all of these motherfuckers who had a little bit of some science and shit. When you look back and see where it is that even Madam H.P. Blavatsky, right? She went and set up shop in India, where the Gitas are at, Upanishads and shit. She went and set up with the East. All of the men that were inspired in the West all studied some Eastern or African shit. Now, I've already gave out the text, the wonderful Kushites of the Ethiopian Empire. Let's go ahead and look that up real quick. Hold on. Wonderful Ethiopians. Oh, shit. You guys hear me? Appreciate it. Good looking. But yeah, my mic is over here kind of janky. Let me know when my shit start tweaking. I don't know where I just got back at or what the fuck when it started tweaking. But anyways, like I was saying, Um, both of this shit comes back from Africa, okay? And like I was saying, when you look at all the Western mystics, like I said, H.P. Blavatsky and Aleister Crowley and all of them like that, when you sum up the text of both of these, and you should come to the same realization when we break this shit down, all right? You should come to the understanding that the whole of the law is do what thou wilt. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. The whole of the law, do what thou wilt. Why so serious? Okay, let's dive into this shit. We're about to go to this nigga Krishna because Christians are real nigga. Literally. All right. Now, like I said, this text was given. Let's go to the beginning. Chapter 2, the practice of yoga. What the hell was chapter 1? Make sure. Okay, whatever. It says, as Arjuna sat there overwhelmed with pity, desperate tears streaming from his eyes, Krishna spoke these words to him. Why this timidity, Arjuna, at the time of crisis? It is unworthy of a noble mind. It is shameful and does not lead to heaven. The cowardice is beneath you, Arjuna. Do not give in to it. Shake off your weakness and stand up like a man. All right? Like the same shit I be telling y'all. Stop acting like a bitch. Okay? When it comes to this shit, we know we gotta be about it. Anyways, he's going down. Arjuna's telling him, he's like, I'm weighed down with pity. Krishna, my mind is utterly confused. He said, I don't even think all the gods of heaven and earth could drive away the grief that is withering my sentences. Okay? And then Krishna's looking at him, because mind you, they're about to go into battle. And he's over here feeling sad and feeling sorry, like, I don't want to do this. I feel bad about these motherfuckers that we got to go to war against, blah, 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 blah. All right. Krishna, which is actually interesting, because I ended up picking up the damn flute. Because, speaking of that, let's embody the God real quick. Let's play a couple notes and embody the God. All right. Like I said, Krishna, real nigga. All right. What did he say when he to deal with his nigga that's not ready to go to war against other mortals? He said, although you mean well, Arjuna, or Arjuna, I'm saying his name all fucked up. Arjuna, whatever the fuck. Although you mean well, Arjuna, your sorrow is sheer delusion. Wise men do not grieve for the dead or for the living. Wise men do not grieve for the dead or for the living. And it's straight like that. This is the text. Okay? It says, oh shit, I'm about to say. Nah. Okay, boom. It says, never was there a time when I did not exist, or you, or these kings, nor will there come a time where we cease to be. Just as in this body, the self, which is the Atman. Let's look that up real quick. That's the word they be using, the Atman. Okay? This is very important because the translation that I'm using it says the word self, but I've seen the other translation and it's the word Atman. Atman. The spiritual principle of the universe, especially when regarded as inherent in the real self of the individual. In other words, nigga, your soul. A person's soul. Understand this. Understand and make a differentiance between your physical and your spirit and your soul. There's three. Salt, sulfur, and the mercury. Okay? You gotta understand the mercurius is the Atman. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. People when they deal with the physical, it's literally blinding you. This is why I just said, if you have not listened to the last podcast I did, even after this one, you know what I'm saying? Because I was dropping nuclear fission on niggas. Okay? The incarceration of The Incarceration of Incarnation. It's on Spotify. You know, I'm not gonna repeat a lot of the same shit I said. You know what I'm saying? Because we're actually gonna read through these texts. But yes, your real self is the soul. Everything that you believe that you are on this physical earth, everything that is a part of your ego. All of the things that you have an I attached to, or I'm, or a my, that's mine. Things that you have, all of these things are possessions. And that's all they are. And these things come to be possessed by us. I already spoke on this the other day. Okay? Everything down here is a form of possession. Even your physical body, that is a form of a possession. You're in this bitch. You're not it. You're in it. It's called being embodied. It's called being put in the damn the sentient tomb. The portable what do you call it? The portable tomb. When you can walk with. So anyways, never was a time that we did not exist. Remember that. Okay? I'm about to break this shit down to the fucking molecule. Alright? Just as in this body, the self, the Atman, passes through childhood, youth, old age, and so after death, it passes to another body. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck did cuz go? We got to get back. We got to know who's talking. We got to get back to who's talking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay? Your soul passes to another body. This is what you niggas need to really understand. If you truly understand the science of this shit right here, which is the cycle of rebirth, where are we at? Where are we at real quick? You know, if you understand this cycle that we're in, samsara, and you understand that you've been on earth before, nigga, your old bodies is buried on this bitch somewhere. Buried somewhere. I got books on reincarnation. One of them little kids came back and was like, I pressed the nigga at like 5 years old. Pressed the nigga who killed him. It's like, nigga, I know where you buried me at, nigga. And knowing what we about to see in this here text, I'm sure he was watching him bury him himself from the other side. Like, you son of a bitch. Nigga just killed me. Crazy. It's crazy. But let's keep going on this Gita, because we gotta set the stage with the soul. You have to understand what the soul, man. Okay? Physical sensations, cold and heat, pleasure and pain are transient. They come and go, so bear them patiently. Only the man who is unmoved by any sensations, the wise man, indifferent to pleasure, to pain, is fit for becoming deathless. I'm telling y'all, the only way to escape this wheel that you see on here is to literally give up all forms of attachment. You have to. That's the only way. It is your attachments to shit in this world that will have your ass on the other side wandering like a fucking fool. Okay? And it is not pleasant. I'm reading this and I'm like, I have to talk about this. Not very many people like to talk about death. I have no problem doing it. Okay? It's something that needs to be spoke on, and I would definitely suggest that everybody buys this book, The Tibetan Book of the Dead, straight like that. If you have any people that you care about, and if you care about your real true self, I would definitely buy that. Okay? Let's see. Okay, boom. Where we at? All right, boom. These bodies come to an end, but that vast embodied self, which is the soul, is ageless, fathomless, eternal, and therefore you must fight. So Krishna's telling Cuz, right? He's like, listen, nigga, you're scared to go fight and shit and all that, wooty woot. It says, your soul is immortal. You're ageless, fathomless, and eternal. Why not fight? If you think of this, it says, if you think that this soul can kill, or you think that it can be killed, you do not understand reality's subtle ways. So I will tell you, nigga, you can't die. There is no death for you. Your soul cannot die. You associate your existence with this physical body, then sure. Like anything can die. A fucking fly can die. Put yourself in that type of lower level of thinking. Do it. Nigga, I'm deathless, nigga. Can't kill me. I'm always here. Because here's the thing. The things that I'm saying right now have been echoing through the chambers and the halls of the fucking universe for thousands of years. I'm repeating shit that other motherfuckers like me have said, shit my own self has said on earth before. Remember yourself. If you don't know who the fuck you are or what the fuck you are, you won't know. But somebody like me who has done some work, I can tell you, nigga, I've said this shit before. You know, some people get back to doing exactly what the fuck they left off doing. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? Okay, now listen. If you think that this soul can kill or think that it can be killed, you do not understand reality's subtle ways. You do not understand reality's subtle ways. It was never born. Hear me out. The soul, it was never born. Coming to be, and it will never not be. Birthless, primordial. It does not die when the body dies. This is very important. The soul is never born. And they're calling this the self, right? The true self, the Atman. We got to break this down, okay? A person's soul, the real self of the individual, it was never born. So if the real you was never born, all of this is a figment. It is an optical illusion. This is why the ancient motherfuckers who wrote these same texts called the physical world Maya, illusions, optical illusions, okay? It's birthless, it's primordial. It's primordial. This is where I gotta pause for a second. The soul itself is primordial. What do I mean? What does the word primordial even mean? It means predating goddamn existence. Oh, that's where these pictures are popping up. They're popping up here. Well, I don't know why they're popping up here. Anyways. Primordial is existing at or from the very beginning of time or relating to the earliest stages of development. At or from the beginning of time. Your soul was existing at the beginning or before before there was anything you existed. That's what you have to understand. You're never coming to be. Okay? It says birthless and primordial. I'm bringing up the word primordial for a very big reason. And the reason is literally because, first of all, this is funny, but this is the truth. You know the God that everybody's praying to and all these angels that people are praying to? Did you know that you're older than them? If you have a soul, you are older than the God that niggas pray to. You're older than all these deities that these people are bowing down to and praying to. It says the soul is birthless and primordial. Hell, even God of this physical universe, the God of this physical universe was created by Sophia, the great mother. The physical universe's God has a birthday, nigga. So it says right here, we're birthless. Birthless and primordial. That is very important. This is why you don't need to be bowing down or praying to nobody, no deities, no entities outside of yourself. To worship a God other than yourself is to worship a God inferior than you. To worship a God other than yourself is to worship a God inferior than you. All of these gods and all of these deities that people, they're not even out there. All of them reside inside of you. All of it is taking place inside of you. The universe is mental. That's the number one hermetic principle. Sound is too low. Hold on then. Turn up some shit. So I had to say, sound check. We should be a little bit louder. Maybe too loud. I don't know. Maybe tell me if it's whatever. But anyways, yeah, the soul. Your soul never born. Okay, it never experienced any of the shit that you think that you're going through right now. All of these little worldly problems and all of these little worldly, these worldly fucking issues that you think that you're going through that makes you what you are. No, all of those worldly issues, because you got to think, have you ever been so pissed off? Sound check, sound check, sound check. Have you guys ever been so pissed off that about something and that you took it to your sleep? When you were sleeping, you end up dreaming about the damn shit. Have you ever been that mad? Well, how about this? The game Call of Duty Zombies, right? Yes. I am a god at killing zombies, okay? Always have been. Now, there's been times, I can remember this vividly. There's been times where, are we good? The yes is we're good. That's good. See? Anyways, there's literally been times where I was playing the game and, you know, I'm thinking that I'm finna go hella far in the game or whatever, and I'm loaded up. I got everything that I need, whatever. I'm locked in as fuck. And then, boom, some fluky shit happens and I die. I remember one time that shit pissed me off so much, I turned off the PlayStation and I went to sleep. I think this was on PS3. Turned off my PlayStation and I went to sleep. Whoa. When I tell you, as soon as I closed my eyes, I woke up in the game. Now, let me tell you something about playing zombies in your dream. Fuck. Ooh. Max ammo. You need one. And if you don't got one, that shit's kind of scary. So anyways, I took the shit that was in my damn waking world, and then I took that shit straight to the dream world. Straight to the different realm, and was conjuring up my brain. I was on some shit. Unconscious to this world, but I was on some shit. So what I'm getting at is, if you have ultimate attachments to what's going on in this physical embodiment, this is the type of shit that can carry over into your death state. When you die, let's say you on your way to work, pissed off about something, scared you finna be late and shit and all the whatever. Let's say you die. Boom, get into a car accident. You don't even know that you're dying and you just died. You know what I'm saying? Your ass literally could still be on the other side, goddamn, fucking stuck over there thinking about the same shit. You so much don't want to okay, what the fuck? This is a perfect example. This is literally a perfect example. Where's it at? This movie Soul, right? This nigga died. Jamie Foxx, this nigga died. And he found out that he was dead. He was so pissed that he died, he was trying his hardest to get back into his physical goddamn body. His earthly attachments goddamn weighed his ass down so much to where he was dying to get back into his goddamn body. To be back human again, to be back alive, you know? Why? Because he had shit to do on earth. He was telling niggas that in the damn afterworld. They're like, oh, where you going? What the hell are you trying to do? He's like, nigga, I got shit to do on earth. And I've seen multiple movies where a motherfucker goes and transitions to another side, meets the damn authorities on the other side, because there are authorities on the other side for fucking sure, meets the damn authorities, and the first thing these niggas be telling them is, yeah, I'm trying to go back. One movie will, and both of the movies, all the movies will tell you, like, nigga, we can get you back. Don't even worry about that. You know, it's just when we can get you back, where we can get you back, you know. Oh, we're having a birth over here, you know, over here. What do they call that over here? This last part of this Book of the Dead, Tibetan Book of the Dead. Hold on, what's this last part? The part 2, the closing of the door of the womb. Huh? Why? Again, if through great weakness in devotions and lack of familiarity, one not be able to understand illusion may overcome one, and he will wander to the doors of wombs. The instruction for closing the door of the womb may becometh very important. Call the deceased by name and say this. So here's the thing. If you know that there's a dumbass in your family and this nigga's gonna, and the nigga die and shit, you know what I'm saying? This is why you need texts like this. This is why you can't have no ego attached to nothing that you do. Because if you truly care about the people that you say you care about, you would go in with this text and you would read said words to that person's body. You would read it to their goddamn body. Period fucking point blank. Period fucking point blank. Because if they don't got this here knowledge right here, right now, they're gonna be over there retarded as hell. If they was a dumbass here, why people think they just get some automatic fucking knowledge and wisdom and ism when you goddamn get to the other side, like you just become enlightened? No, there's levels to this shit, okay? And I just wanted to read that part about fucking being caught up in the damn wombs and shit like that. Like, no, that's just not just no, hey, I need to get back down to earth. It's like, no, you need to find a womb. And there's a lot of wombs out here that are pregnant right now. And there's a lot of ratchet wombs that are pregnant. So good luck, nigga. Back to the God. Back to the God. Don't make me get the flute again, okay? Remember, the soul is birth. The soul, it was never born, nor was it ever coming to be. It will never not be. It was birthless and primordial. It does not die when the body dies. So understanding that you are a primordial is the most important shit. I don't pray to no God because I'm older than that bitch ass nigga. Even when you look at mythology from around the world, it always shows you that the gods that are reigning right now, that are being prayed to, are a group of younger gods who overthrew the older gods. What does the mythology say? Older gods was turned into humans from the Titans that was with Kronos. What else does it say? That these gods fell and lost their original inhabitants. These fallen angels, these angels or gods that fell down from their divinity. AKA, nigga, you got trapped in a damn human body. AKA the damn portable tomb, the sentient corpse. Like it says in the Hermetica. Straight like that. Okay? Knowing that it's eternal, unborn, and beyond destruction, how could you ever kill? And whom could you kill, Arjuna? Just as you throw out used clothes and put on other clothes, new ones, the soul discards its used bodies and puts on others that are new. As much attachment as you give to this damn body, nigga, you done did this shit how many fucking times? How many moms have you had? How many dads have you had? How many kids have you had? How many wives have you had? How many whatever the fuck have you had? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers come down here, and this is why I don't be out here goddamn looking at nature and going on hikes and trying to see fucking waterfalls and nigga, done this shit already. Niggas is still enamored by earth. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. Sure. Why not? You know, it's okay to admire the fucking jail walls sometimes, right? It's all good. We can admire the jail walls. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? You know, like I said on my podcast, you know what I'm saying? Your perspective on life is based on your life experience. You may like it down here. That means the demiurge got your ass. That means the matrix works. That means the program is running in full swing. That means it works. I know the matrix works. You don't have to tell me or confirm anything like that. I know this shit works. Okay? Now anyways, back to the soul. The sharpest sword will not pierce it. The hottest flame will not singe it. Water will not make it moist, and wind will not cause it to wither. It cannot be pierced or singed, moistened, or withered. It is vast, perfect, and all-pervading. Calm, immovable, timeless. It is called the inconceivable, the unmanifest, the unchanging. And if you understand this way, you have no reason for your sorrow. See, once you truly understand the knowledge of the soul and what all of this is and what... I was never born, nigga. Let's go to the Hall of Judgment. Watch this. Let's go to the Hall of Judgment. Been here a few times in the afterworld, in the afterlife, and I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell these niggas every time I get here, okay? Let me save this so we can make it bigger. I'm gonna tell you what I say to these niggas every time I get to this bitch. They wanna goddamn take a nigga heart. They wanna take a nigga heart, right? And they wanna weigh it against a feather. They wanna read to me all these goddamn laws. Hey, have you ever sinned? Have you ever lied? Have you ever committed adultery? Have you ever what book am I reading from? That's the Bhagavad Gita. Stop making me pronounce this shit. Bhagavad Gita. One of the Gita. Bhagavad Gita, nigga. Anyways. Yeah. You go down there, and this is the test. This is the test. You go down there, and they're like, look, bruh, you got Anubis with you. You got the fucking jurors up there. You got the king, the god, Osiris. All this is you. All of this is you. You. All you. Anyways, but we'll get to all that when we get into the Book of the Dead. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they want to say, I die, I go down there. They're like, oh yeah, so nigga, was you up there on Earth lying, stealing, cheating? First of all, I'm in a society that is ran. First of all, let's just be for real. I'm in a society that was stolen. Goddamn white man that stole the shit from everybody. How you gonna tell me not to steal? First of all, I'm out here on Earth with killers and murderers. How the fuck do you expect me not to fucking put one of these bastards down? Send their ass to the damn shadow realm. Have you guys asked him questions? Okay, but listen, is your heart lighter than a feather? Okay, have you broke any of these laws of Mayat? Huh? Have you broken any of the 42 laws, 100, however many laws of Mayat? Have you lied? I've lied on every job application I've did. Can you smoke weed? I mean, can you pass a drug test? Yeah, you smoke weed? No. Lying like a motherfucker. Treacherous ass world. But when I get down there, do you want to know what's crazy? I know what all of it is. It's a setup. So when you were on Earth, see, that's the thing. I was never here. What is being weighed? What is being weighed? The soul, the heart of the man, of the human. Here's the thing. I am the soul. You got to understand the plot. You got to understand the plot. If you identify with the physical body, we already discussed who are we? The Atman, the real self of the individual. So let's take a pick, okay? You got all these different versions of you, right? All these different versions of you, and then the Atman is the background of this image, the all pervasive. Do I need to read it again? You guys, I don't think you guys are understanding who you are. It's called the inconceivable, the unmanifest, and unchanging. If you understand it in this way, you have no reason to sorrow. Unmanifest. If we get to the goddamn Hall of Judgment, how is niggas gonna... Man, no. Hold on. If we get back to the... How if I was never born? This might have been how I got kicked out of the shit in the first place. Like, nigga, you guys' rules don't make no sense. That wasn't me. That was him. That animal up there that was in that damn, that physical body, that was his ass. Okay? Me, the unmanifest, the never born. How the hell am I gonna be judged if I was never fucking born? The true me, the real self, was never born. You have to understand that. You have to understand that there are different mental planes in which your mind can access. In order to understand that you don't even exist, nigga, you have to go up there. and then take a step back and stop identifying. Because unless you really believe this is who you are, the physical body, it's who you are. I got my shit looking like a goddamn Grand Theft Auto character. I tell niggas all the goddamn time, I am a god disguised as a nigga. Simple as that. Doing God's work, so that's what I am. A god disguised as a nigga. It's that simple. But what we're not finna do is get to identifying with all of the morality issues and the things that make you one moral on earth. What makes you... Listen, this shit is not about your fucking behavior. I'm getting... This whole everything is ran by fucked up, sorry-ass mortals, right? And I'm just supposed to be out here... Fuck no. Hell no. Nah. Anyways. Back to Cuz. Talking that shit. Okay? Even if you think the self is perpetually born and perpetually dies, even then, you have no reason for your sorrow. So he's saying, even if you think the soul is born and then it dies again and is born again, you still don't got no reason to trip, because even if you die, you're going to be born again. It says, death is certain for the born. For the dead, rebirth is certain. Since both cannot be avoided, you have no reason for your sorrow. Read that again. Death is certain for the born. For the dead, rebirth is certain. Since both cannot be avoided, you have no reason for your sorrow. Before birth, beings are unmanifest. Between birth and death, manifest, and at death, unmanifest again. What is the cause for all this grief? Okay? It says, some perceive it directly in its all awesomeness. Some speak of it with wonder. Others hear of it and never know it. This soul who dwells in the body is inviolable forever. Therefore, you have no reason to cause grief for any being. Time out. It's rare there's a word that I don't know, but I'm going to Google something real quick, because we're describing the soul. What the fuck does that mean? Is this a typo? Hold on, man. Where'd the word go? Inviolable. Never to be broken, infringed, or dishonored. Let's say it again then. Okay? The soul who dwells in the body is never to be broken, infringed, or dishonored. Forever. Therefore, you have no cause to grieve for any being. Again, going back down to the fucking hall of judgment, it's like, yo, what do you niggas got to say, nigga? Stop fucking playing with me, nigga. What do you niggas got to say for real? Stop that. Okay? Now, boom. Let me move forward a little bit. Hold on. Okay, boom. Okay, now, boom. Now we're going to get into how your ass get caught up in the fuck shit. Okay? This is how you get caught up in some fuck shit. Okay, boom. The scriptures dwell in duality. Be beyond all opposites, Arjuna, anchored in the real and free from all thoughts of wealth and comfort, as unnecessary as a well is to a village on the banks of the river, so unnecessary are all scriptures to someone who has seen the truth. Ooh-wee. All of these books behind me don't mean a damn thing. You don't need no scriptures. Once you understand the truth, what's the truth? The truth is none of this shit even fucking matters. No book I fucking read matters, because this is some earthly, worldly shit. The soul was primordial, beyond... Oh, the soul is primordial, which means it's literally older than the God that created the heavens and the earth that we inhabit today as physical beings. Okay? Your soul predates that God's birth. The God of this physical earth, you're older than him. All the ones that are getting prayers today, you're older than him. You're older than all of those gods that are getting prayers and people's energies today. You predate them in existence. Primordial means at the very beginning of time. When something came to be, you were there. You were never not. That's what this text is trying to tell you. There's no reason to fear or have sorrow or put stress or anxiety on anything in the world. There's nothing. Literally. And the second you do, you fall into the earthly trap of attachment and desire. And I'm going to tell you, based on this Book of the Dead right here, desire will get your ass. Oof. We'll get there. Oof. Okay? But again, like I said, so unnecessary are all scriptures to someone who has seen the truth. Okay? Once you know what this is what this is, and does it matter? No. A bum could know that this nigga has been on earth before and be like, nigga, I've been here before. What the fuck? No matter how much, I'm still gonna come back. And even then, you come back in this bitch, it's the luck of the draw. Good luck. Okay? You have a right to your actions, but never to your actions' fruits. Act for action's sake, and do not be attached to inaction. Okay? That's why I do this. I just do it for action's sake, honestly. It's like, oh, there might be one person watching. There might be no people watching. But I'm going to do this still. I read these books. I read these texts. I feel like it's important. Look at that eye. I feel like that's important. Anyways, nigga, I wanted to share the shit with you niggas. Okay? Okay, anyways. Self-possessed, resolute, act without any thoughts of results, open to success or failure. This is the equanimity of yoga. Yeah, this is what I'm about. Without even knowing this shit. Like I said, they ain't gotta be. You guys can go on my fucking videos and look at how many views I got. You can look at how many subscribers I got. I don't get paid for anything. Nothing. $0. Not a donation. You know what I'm saying? So I do this because this is what the fuck I do. This is what gods do when they're here. This. Nigga. Okay? Where we at? The wise man lets go of all results, whether good or bad, and your action is the focus alone. A wise man whose insight is firm, relinquishing the fruits of action, is freed from the bondage of rebirth and attains a place beyond sorrow. Okay? When your understanding has passed beyond the thicket of delusions, there is nothing you need to learn, even from the most sacred scripture. This is not, you don't need to study your whole life away. You really don't. I could put a lot of these books down and be good. I swear to God. Promise you. I'm good. Personally, I found what I feel like I needed. I do not have to keep searching. I don't. Why? What does it say? Well, especially when you know your own soul. Nigga, like, I know this shit. We're good. When your understanding has passed beyond the thicket of delusions, there is nothing you need to learn, even from the most sacred scripture. Nigga, none of this is real, so what the fuck does it matter for? It's as simple as that. What is the thicket of delusions? The thicket of delusions is the fucking world that's been pulled over your goddamn eyes to blind you from the truth, Neo. What is the truth? The truth is you've lived a multitude of lives, nigga. Okay? Boom. Where we at? Okay, so listen, this is a part that I was trying to get people to understand on the motherfucking on the podcast, talking about on how in the Hermetica it speaks on how them senses, your organ senses, your senses is what draw you down and keep you down in this bitch, you know. Now it says right here, Arjuna said, how would you describe the man whose wisdom is steadfast, Krishna? How does the wise man speak? How does he sit, stand, and walk? It said, and then it said, the blessed Lord said, when a man gives up all desires that emerge from the mind and rests contented in the soul by the soul, he is called a man of firm wisdom. He whose mind is untroubled by any misfortune, whose craving for pleasures has disappeared, who is free from greed, fear, and anger, who is unattached to all things, who neither grieves nor rejoices if good or bad things happen, that man is a man of firm wisdom. having drawn back all his senses from objects of sense as a tortoise draws back into its shell, that is a man of firm wisdom. And that is so true. Because if you look at everybody, they have an attachment to this world. Okay. And I am becoming very much, niggas who know me, I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Truly don't. Don't pop out with nobody. You won't see me doing what other people do. You see people doing this, you might see me doing opposite. Unless I'm with my family. You feel me? But no, hell no. Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to work on that unattachment. Okay? It says a man who is unattached to all things, who neither grieves nor rejoices if good or bad things happen, that is a man of firm wisdom. Having drawn back all the senses from the objects of sense, as a tortoise draws back from his shell, that man is a man of firm wisdom. Okay, sense objects fade for the abstainment, yet the craving for them continues, but when the craving vanishes for someone who has seen the truth. At first, although he continually tries to subdue them, the turbulent senses tear at his mind and violently carry it away. And that's what I be saying. Sometimes when you're down here, you try to be like the God and all the shit, and then next thing you know, you're feeling mortal. You're feeling a type of way. It happens. Sometimes I get pissed off and I want to slap a motherfucker. That's me getting carried away by these hoe-ass senses. And now look at me. Acting, thinking, and feeling like a mortal. Okay? Restraining the senses, discipline, he should focus his whole mind on me when the senses are in his control. He is a man of firm wisdom. If a man keeps dwelling on sense objects, attachment to them arises. From attachment, desire flares up, and from desire, anger is born. From anger, confusion follows. From confusion, weakness of memory, weak understanding, ruin. But the man who is self-controlled, who meets the objects of his senses with neither craving nor aversion, will attain serenity at last. It says, in serenity, all his sorrows will disappear once forever. When his heart has become serene, his understanding is steadfast. The undisciplined have no wisdom, one-pointed concentration, with no concentration, no peace. It says, so when someone is able to withdraw his senses from every object of sensation, then that man is a man of firm wisdom. In the night of all beings, the wise man sees only the radiance of the soul, but the sense world, where all beings wake, for him is as dark as night. Ooh, that's some fire, nigga. Yeah, a lot of people are attached to their children. That's why a lot of spirits don't go to the next side, because they are still worried about their children. That is an earthly, physical possession. You know what I'm saying? And children are the biggest trap, out here. Because those are the only things that get you to goddamn suspend your damn intelligence. Now you're talking to this little baby like goo goo gaga. And I got 3 kids, So, yeah, children are probably the biggest trap. Because some people will be like, oh, do you want to go to the next level? No, I want to stay here and hover around and haunt my kids. But not haunt them. It's like, Mom, get the fuck on. Oh, I'm looking over you, son. I got this. Go to the next level. What? Don't turn to a ghost. Sharon, please. Abandoning all desires, acting without craving, free from all the thoughts of I and mine. That man finds utter peace. I'm attached to my children. I'm telling you, all these I's and my, that's mine. These are all a form of possession. These things come to be possessed by us when we come down here. We don't come down here with these things. We don't leave with these things. These things are just a part of our imagination, if you will. Okay? Now I'm done with this Gita. We didn't set up the stage for the soul. If you've made it this far, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. Because it's going to get spicy. And I don't even like spicy. But it's about to get spicy. Okay? First of all, we got to switch it up. Thank you, Krishna. Okay, you dropped some ultimate science on the soul, and we appreciate it. Ultimate. We're about to switch gears on their ass. Hall of Judgment. Boom, bang, bing. A lot of this nigga. Okay, hold on. Okay, boom. Where we at? We gotta. Yeah, we need to look at some shit like this. Okay, listen. You guys gotta ask yourself: if a nigga dead, why he need all this shit in his tomb? If a nigga is dead, why do they need all of this shit in the tomb? Why do you need all these images? This shit is about to get sealed up. Man, what this shit is finna get sealed up for nobody to see. Why do you need all this shit in the tomb? Oh shit. Golden tomb shit. I'm trying to see that shit from the tomb of Seti. Seti the first. His shit was hard as fuck. First of all, you see all this shit up here. You know what I'm saying? My yacht and whatnot. Where's the man? I'll tell you where it's at the fucking British Museum, you chumps. Anyways, yeah, we need to have this shit around though. We need to have this image up. Nah. This is the burial chamber of Seti the First. Alright, let's say this real quick. Let's get this pulled up. Alright, Seti the... Okay, boom. Boom. Bang. We need to look at something. We need to look at a word real quick. Get a definition. Tutelary deity. Learn it. Is a deity or a spirit who is a guardian, patron, protector of a particular place, geographic feature, person, lineage, nature, culture, and occupation. If you follow me on Instagram, which is at JAYRFLOCCA. Anyways, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that I'm always talking about the daemon. This is what they told you to be afraid of. The demon, your Damien, your guardian spirit, you know what I'm saying, your tutelary deity, okay? The word demon comes from the word, 1200, they changed it to devil or whatever, but it comes from the Greek daemon, which is your deity, divine power, lesser god, guiding spirit. Your tutelary deity, what'd I tell you? Your tutelary deity is called the demon, or the daemon, okay? Now, this is someone that guides you and is with you. Like I said, on my Instagram, I've showed y'all books on how to connect and search with the guardian angel and how to tap in with your daemon. Okay, this is very important that you understand that there is a daemon or a tutelary deity that is around you. Okay, or inside you, however you want to look at it. Okay, this is important. Any gods that you believe in or anything of that will come into play. Because they're inside of you. Speaking of that, I swear I seen a video of, let's see if we can switch it up real quick. Let me see if we can do something real quick. Hold on. Because, I'm going to let one of the gods speak real quick. Let's see. Like the videos.
Going back, we have to start.
Hold on. I can't hear it, so I don't know if y'all can hear it. You probably can, but hold up. Niggas. So you guys don't think that I'm just making shit up, or that this nigga just making shit up. This one of the gods, Bobby Hemmett. Let's hear it.
Stop praying and looking to stuff outside of us to look at ourselves as the gods. There's only one flaw on the reason why you can't go to a higher level. We're going to go deep into this tomorrow. One of the levels is you have to stop identifying with self. And what I mean by here is, what I had to do in the series of the last 7 years is I had to destroy what is known as Bobby Hemmett. So Bobby Hemmett had to become the enemy. I had to disassociate myself with self. So what they're saying here is there's all this, you are a being that is so advanced in the cosmos, but you got one aspect of yourself. It's almost like 1 hour of yourself, which is your life, that you focused on, and it's only 1 hour or 30 minutes of who you really are. And that's the part you got to get rid of, and when you get rid of that, then all things start to flow. Same thing is happening with people that's coming down and you can't find out why things are not going well in your life, financially, socially, and everything. That is because the part that you know as you see what I'm saying, has run its course. And you got to go beyond you. So you have to basically give up on self.
Gotta give up on self. Period. Okay? Stop praying to them damn deities and anything outside of your goddamn self. Okay? And stop with all the physical attachments. Okay? You know how he's sitting here saying, damn it, that you could be trying to do, and this is the thing that y'all don't understand. You could be literally, like, I already showed y'all the text called The Rebel in the Soul, right? The soul was depicted as a donkey, stubborn. And you got your physical body, this matrix brain of yours that really truly believes that your existence on earth means something, you know? Like you're special. Okay, so you have all these things and whatnot that you want to do, and all these things and all these attachments that go with, to, like he said, to his name, Bobby Hemmett. He had to disassociate everything that was associated with who he was on a physical level in order to go to the next plane. Yes, on a physical level, I'm a father, I'm a uncle, I'm whatever the fuck to these people and whatnot. But that is not my self-only identity. You know what I'm saying? That is the role and the mask that I play, or when I fucking go out in the earth and play this fucking video game that we're playing. You know what I'm saying? But that's not me. This is who the hell I am right now. But I've been many me's. You know? The me is the all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, whoa. Because then, like I said, that goes back to what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? You can't have that attachment to anything on this physical. Everything is based on attachment and energy. Everybody say they know shit about energy and how energy moves and whatnot. Where you put your energy places with your thoughts. And if all of your energy is directed towards physical shit on earth and physicality, where are your thoughts at? On the lowest frequency that there could ever possibly be, which is the physical fucking world. The lowest, slowest vibrating shit is when shit appears to be physical. It's the most low vibrational shit. And everybody down here wants to be somebody in this fucked off ass shit. It's all low level shit. I see why the motherfuckers who wrote the damn Gita, they go all the way up into motherfucking caves and don't even do that. What the fuck is the point? All you're doing is creating more attachment and more shit to have your senses, and you know, you looking for good results and all the, just everything I just fucking read against what the hell the damn Gita was talking about. Trying to be a good human, trying to be a fun human, trying to be a cool human. Yeah. You have fun with that, okay? Okay, we're about to start dealing with this, with the science of dying. And here's the thing, this is what I'm saying. If you are gonna be on a certain level, because you have to understand, if we dealing with this death and shit like that and whatnot, it's like, look, if you're on a certain level, especially on a mental plane, there may come a point in time, because somebody has to do everything. There's a role for everything. You may need to assume the goddamn role of the person who is responsible for the soul of the deceased of your loved one. If there's people out there that do not have any knowledge of how to help somebody transitioning, there used to be good rituals back in the day and a whole bunch of shit done for the person who was dying and deceased and all that. You know what I'm saying? Now they put you in a box, have a nigga say Njeba's name over your bitch ass, and they send you down to the fucking dirt. Put you in a metal box and bury your ass in the dirt. Expensive ass metal box too, if I'm not mistaken. Put a little tombstone over your head. You know what I'm saying? They put names now. For hundreds of thousands of years, you didn't get a fucking name over your fucking burial plot. You know, you're important. You know what I'm saying? Your grave needs to be marked. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, anyways, this book basically at the beginning talks about, you got to be the person. Okay, if you're watching this, you're listening. If you ever tap on this, my shit. This is what I do. This is why I don't care about views or. Let's see right now. Let's see. Okay, we got one like on the video. Okay, we got one like. I don't do this for views or for likes. You feel me? I do this because there's information that needs to be put out. And what I do is I put out a bat signal when I make a video or I do any work that I put out, podcast, whatever, it's a bat signal, okay? Those that are on the same frequency, they'll resonate, they'll find it, it's for them. I don't need to do any work. I don't have to do anything, okay? I just put the shit out, all right? So if you're listening to this, and if you ever come across this, it's probably because you're on some shit, okay? And some good shit at that. All right, and you're one of those gods that is going to be responsible for the souls of those around you, for your tribe, your small tribe. If you got children, you know what I'm saying? What does that say? How do you free a soul or a person who died and buried? We might have the answer to that question. We just might. I believe so. But it says, okay, let's listen. It says, if when dying, this is instructions too. This is why I say get this book and you might have to walk into the damn hospital with this motherfucker. And cool, I don't got no ego. I'll walk in that bitch with goddamn looking like nigga the Grim Reaper himself, nigga. Coming to damn parting my man's away. Okay, it says if when dying, one be by one's own self capable of diagnosing the symptoms of death, use of the knowledge should have been made. If the dying person be unable to do so, then either the guru or the shisha or a brother in faith, or whom the dying one was very intimate, should be kept at hand, who will vividly impress upon the dying one the symptoms of death as they appear in due order, repeatedly saying at first thus. Now the symptoms of earth are sinking into water. Hold on. It says, when all the symptoms of death are about to be completed, then enjoin upon the dying one this resolution, speaking in a low tone of voice in the ear. O nobly born, or if it be a priest or venerable sir, let not thy mind be distracted. If it be a brother in the faith or some other person, then call him by name and say thus: O nobly born, that which is called death, being come to thee now, resolve thus: O, this now is the hour of death. By taking advantage of this death, I will so act for the good of all sentient beings, being blah blah blah. Hold on. So regardless, okay, you must know when a person is dying, there's certain shit. We're gonna sum up. We're gonna read a lot of this shit, but I'm gonna do a lot of summary, a lot of words. Okay. Here's the thing. When a person is dying or just dead, and from what I've known, from what I could see, you got about you got some days. Okay, you got about at least 14 days. After that, good luck. But even after the 14 days is when they're guaranteed coming back. It's like they give you 14 days to figure out how to go to a different realm or a higher level, and most niggas don't get it. Okay, they make it to the closing of the womb or whatever the fuck they called it. Okay, where are we at? Shaping this. What does it say? Okay, so listen, this is interesting. After the expiration have completely ceased, press the nerve of sleep firmly, and Lama or a person higher or more learned than thyself impress these words. Thus, Reverend Sir, thou art now experiencing the fundamental clear light, and try to abide in the state in which thou art now experiencing. Okay, so one thing that you have to understand is the universe is mental. Your mind, when going through this death gate and going through these processes of dying and whatnot, your mind is of the utmost importance. I swear to you, your mentality, what you know, how conscious you are. If you are an unconscious dead nigga, good luck. Okay? If you are one of these walking dead zombies out here who don't know shit about anything, don't know they ass from a hole in the ground, you fucking don't, you know what I'm saying? Good luck. But if you have a sliver of consciousness, understand consciousness is good, but you also need a little bit of information to go with the consciousness so that you can make a conscious decision. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. This is why these motherfuckers go through a lifetime of these teachings to where that way, when they do end up in this situation, which we all will be, guess what? You don't make it out of Earth alive. You die. You gotta die. Everybody has an expiration date. You don't know when yours is, so it must be. It's impertinent if you don't want to end up, because the amount of people on drugs are increasing, which means that increases your chances of being born to somebody on fentanyl. Or on crack, or some one of these motherfucking shit's fucked up. The earth is fucked up right now. You don't want to get caught back up. Like all the babies getting born right now. Fuck. Well, at least we got running water for now. Thine own consciousness is not formed into anything in reality. Void from the intellect, shining and blissful, these two are inseparable. The human of the Dharma Kaya is a state of perfect enlightenment. Hold on. Okay, listen. Thine own consciousness is shining, void, and inseparable from the great body of radiance. It have no birth nor death, and it is at the innumerable light. Thine own consciousness. So they're calling the consciousness the form of the soul because it has no birth nor death. Talking about the same shit we read in the damn Gita, right? Knowing this is sufficient. Recognizing the voidness of thine own intellect to be the Buddhahood, and upon looking at it to be thine own consciousness, is to keep thyself in the state of the divine mind of the Buddha. That is the key. This right here. I done read hella shit after this, and I'm like, damn, how the fuck don't niggas get it? They didn't get this part right here. It says, knowing this is sufficient, recognize the voidness of thine own intellect to be Buddhahood. The voidness of your own intellect is the Buddhahood. The voidness of your own intellect is the Buddhahood. Nigga. And looking upon it as being thine own consciousness is the key to thyself, to keep thyself in the state of the divine mind of Buddha. And this is why this is important. Because as we'll see, as you as the days go on, if you don't make it into the first bardo right here, if you don't just get, as soon as you die, if you don't just go right up and straight up into nirvana or into the enlightened Buddhahood state, yeah, we got some you got some shit to go through. Okay, and this is exactly all of this. What you see on the screen is exactly what we're about to deal with. All of the different bardos, if you will, and the definition of the word bardo is right here is a state of existence in between death and rebirth, varying in the like. So when I say, you know what I'm saying, I believe this is the Matrix, right? But like, and I did say ultimately what happens to your avatar, it truly doesn't matter, because it didn't really happen. It happened in the mind of everyone, whatever, however you want to put it, regardless of the fact. Okay. Don't try my avatar, because I will send your ass to the fucking bardo. I will send a nigga to the bardo, the shadow realm. Okay, I will send you to a state of existence between death and rebirth, varying in length according to a person's conduct in life and manner of age at death, etc., etc. There's a lot that goes into this shit, okay? And unless you want to end up in this motherfucker right here with no knowledge, tread lightly, okay? We are reading from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Tibetan Book of the Dead. Okay, now, remember, your own consciousness and your own mind is everything that we're reading. When they start talking about some shit popping up on your ass and scary and motherfucking shit, that's what it is. It's really all a test. Pretty much, you die, shit pops up on you, and it's meant to scare the shit out of you. Most people, when they see the shit, they get hella rattled and they run. They still see like this bright ass, terrifying, crazy ass light or some sounds and some shit like that, and then they'll run to the opposite of that, to the lesser. You feel me? But that's the shit. They're afraid of the most potent energy and they run to the lesser, duller, dim light. You will see what the fuck I'm talking about when I read this shit. That's all I'm saying. Okay? This is for clearing the second stage of the Shakti Bardo, this secondary clear light. Oh yeah, so boom. Basically, this is it. Okay, we got the science on this. Okay? If when you die, you know that thine own consciousness is the shining void and inseparable from the great body of radiance. You have no birth, no death, and basically everything I've been telling you this whole time, if you understand this, when you die, you have to know this, that none of this, all this shit I'm seeing, this is all a part of me. This is some freaky shit, but this is all a part of me. This shit looks crazy as fuck, but it's nothing happening outside of me. This is all me. If you know that, you're straight through the Bardo. In number one, you're up there with the Buddhas instantly. It's not that complicated. This section isn't even that long. You're there. I'm not saying it's easy, but you'd have to know at death what time it is. You know, you can be good when that light show up on your ass, because that's what we're dealing with. Is certain lights pulling up. Okay. So that whole don't follow the light and all that, yeah, there's some truth to it and just some not truth to it. You know, it's kind of like there's half truths and everything. So you can follow the light, but follow the right light. Follow the bright light. Don't follow the dull light. According to this text. Okay? And also, according to one's good or bad karma, the vital life force floweth down either into the right or left nerve and goeth out through any of the apertures of the body. Then cometh a lucid condition of the mind. Okay, this is the second stage. If you make it out of one, if you don't make it out of one, you go to two. Okay, so number two is pretty much, they say that the state of endureth for a mealtime. This secondary stage, according to one's karma, they said that this state. Hold on, real quick. Okay, look, this second, I was looking for a time period on that first one. It looked like it's fast. To say that this state of the endureth, stage 2 endureth for a mealtime period. The good or bad condition of the nerves is also whether he had been previous in practice or not in the sitting face to face. When the consciousness principle getteth outside the body, it saith to itself, am I dead or am I not dead? It cannot determine. It seeth its relatives and connections as it had been used to seeing them before. It even heareth the wailings. The terrifying karmic illusions have not yet dawned, nor have the frightful apparitions or experiences caused by the Lord of Death yet come. See? Listen, you got about a meal time period. How long it take you to eat? Okay? Now, it says when the consciousness gets outside of the body, your ass is going to ask a question. Am I dead? Am I not dead? What the hell did I tell you was going to happen if you die all of a damn sudden? You're not even going to know what the fuck hit you. But don't take my word for it. Hollywood is giving you plenty of movies. Plenty of movies where the main character is dead all along. Why is that even a thing? Why can you go on Google and type in movies where the main character is dead the entire movie and doesn't know it? Why is that even a thing? because that's what the fuck it is. People who run Hollywood study the occult. They study shit like this. They understand what all this shit is. They just happen to be terrible people and sickos. But it doesn't take away from the fact that they put some of that science in their art, you know. So, movies like The Sixth Sense, the nigga didn't even know he was dead. He was still going to work every day. And the little kid had to look at him and tell him, like, look here, nigga. I see dead people, and you're one of them. So if you don't want to become a dumber version of Bruce Willis, you might want to get some damn knowledge up on how the death gate works. You know what I'm saying? How the death gate works. You know? The movie Jacob's Ladder. Nigga was going fucking through it. Oh my God, he was going through it in the movie Jacob's Ladder. He was going through it. And eventually he had to figure out, he had to let go. He had to give up. And when he gave up all the attachments to everything that he was just holding on to is when he finally fucking went to another level. And then the movie panned out and all the shit that was taking place was in this nigga's head. And he was on a damn operating table in Vietnam, dying. So you have to understand, when you're even in the process of dying, let's say you're unconscious and you're dying, there's a lot going on up here. And as soon as, and you got to think of how to damn, you know, we're dealing with modern science. You know, we're dealing with the white man's science. Okay, hold on, time out. You got it, clock it. 3:16. DOA. He's dead, gone. Listen, your heart may have stopped beating at 3:16. Your brain is no longer getting blood and about to start fucking never being able to restart again. That's for sure. But are you dead? Are you you know what I'm saying? Are you all the way out of your shit yet? You know? Boop, he's gone. Like the movies? No, I was saying that, you know, this shit happens gradually. And if you don't get past the first stage and then you end up by this meal time period or time, it's just a certain length of how long these stages last. Because clearly it's talking about nerves and shit going through the physical, you know. And the motherfucker don't even know if he's even dead yet. And they're saying right now, and the terrifying karmic illusions haven't even dawned yet. This nigga's just out of his body. His consciousness could see her consciousness could see the fact that she ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? And she could see the fact that, what does it say right here? It seeth his relatives and connections as had as being seeing them before. It even heareth the wailing. So you can hear these niggas crying you can hear them crying. And this is the shit that will draw people back to, they're crying about me. Oh my God. Look at her. She's never going to be able to live without me. That's why I said on the podcast, bro, your wife will fuck somebody else after you die. Okay. You may sit there and be like, and just imagine if you choose to not go to the next level. Ooh, now you're ghost cuck for life till you can find another body. Oh, I'm going to follow my wife around. You don't want to do that, fam. Especially not in today's day and age. Somebody gonna slide in her DM fast. Leave your kids alone. Just go. Everybody's good. It's good. Everybody goes to at least you know what I'm saying, a level. The worst that can happen is you end up back here. Well, I wouldn't say the worst that can happen. Okay. You end up wandering around the motherfucking other realm is kind of fucked up too. Because then there's motherfuckers I've read that are searching for a body. It's so fucked up. You trying to get back here. Trying to get back. Let me get a body. Anybody. They said the first body they see, they would take it. It's in this text. So let's get there. Okay, what does it say right here? During this interval, directions are to be applied by the leader, reader, or the devotees, blah, blah, blah. If it be one who is in the visualizing stage, then read out to him the introductory descriptions and the text of the mediation on his tutelary deity, and then say, this is what you would say into their ears as they're dying or dead. O thou of noble birth, meditate upon thine own tutelary deity. Do not be distracted. Earnestly concentrate thy mind upon thy tutelary deity. Meditate upon him as if he were the reflection of the moon in the water, yet apparent and existent in itself. Meditate upon him as if he were a being with a physical body. So, to say meditate upon your tutelary deity or your guardian angel, you know what I'm saying? How do you know? Have you met the guardian angel? Do you know what he looks like? Have you even created a version of your guardian angel in your mind to where you even have a damn something to even call on? hell, at least I got a fucking angel that looked like me. We could start there. You know what I'm saying? The nigga, I don't know why I got that damn tab, but now I do know something to fucking visualize. God damn it, me with wings, nigga, swords and shit, nigga. I can see that. I can visualize that shit like a damn, exactly how it just said, appearing like it's glistening off the damn late night water with the moon up top. Remember, your mind is everything. If you cannot visualize, if you don't got no goddamn imagination, you need to start watching some goddamn kids movies again. You need to start playing some goddamn goofy ass video games or something and get your damn imagination flowing. Get locked in or something. Read a fucking Lord of the Rings book or something. Some fantasy, something. Do something to get your imagination going. Because if you ain't got no imagination and you can't use your brain to fucking think outside, I mean, goddamn, yo, you're not going to make it. Or you just might not have a soul. We'll just start there. If you don't got no voice inside your head, no inner monologue or some shit like that, none of this should pertain to you anyway. You wouldn't even be here. You definitely wouldn't have made it this far in the damn video. That's for goddamn sure. Okay? Yeah, so Tulitary. Okay. Boom. There are many of those who have made themselves familiar with these teachings, yet who, because of the violence of the disease causing death, may be mentally unable to withstand the illusions. For such, also, the instruction is absolutely necessary. Again, there are those who are previously familiar with the teachings who have become liable to pass into the miserable states of existence owing to the breaches of vows or failure to perform essential obligations honestly to them. Instruction is indispensable. So, yeah, owing to the breach of vows or failure to perform essential obligations. What, your soul contract? This is why I be telling niggas. You go through every damn day of your life. What the hell are you doing? What the hell did you come down here to do? Or are you not supposed to be doing anything? You know. But clearly those who have breached contracts and breaches of vows, for failure to perform essential obligations. Now that has nothing to fucking do with the physical earth. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Time out. It says, while in the second stage of the bardo, one's body is of the nature of that called the shining illusory body. Not knowing whether he be dead or not, in the state of lucidity comes to the deceased. If the instructions be successfully applied to the deceased while he is in this state, then by the meeting of the mother reality and the offspring of reality, karma controlleth not. Like the sun's rays, for example, dispelling the darkness, the clear light path dispelleth the power of karma. Okay? Okay, now we're getting into the fucking nitty fucking gritty. Alright. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Okay, this is the second part of this book, but now we're dealing with the rest of the bardo. Fuck. Right? It says, and this is the third stage, this is the most important time. Because here's the thing, if you don't get through 1 or 2, yeah, there's a lot. You see 3. You see 3. Okay? Damn, this nigga got his goddamn neck. Oh, I did see that too. This is in the text. It said a nigga gonna take a damn, it said a nigga's finna wrap a damn chain around your neck, drag you with it, pull your goddamn head off with it, rip your goddamn intestines out, and then drink from your skull. I swear to God, all of that is in here. How do you get to the point where you're getting ripped to shreds? Oh, this book is amazing, yo. How do you get to the point where you're getting ripped to shreds? Or these niggas down here getting spiked up. Spiked through the damn cheekbone, nigga. Spiked through the damn chin bone. Through the cheekbone. It gets spooky down here at number 3, don't it? Shit. How do you end up in that position? How do you end up doing that to yourself? How do you end up doing that to yourself? Why would you? Why would you do this to yourself? Because if nothing happens outside of you, all of this shit that's happening is a part of you doing it to you. But don't take my word for it. We'll get there. In this third stage of the bardo, the karmic illusions come to shine. It is very important that this great setting face to face in the Chonyid bardo, read it, have much power, and can do much good. About this time, the deceased can see that the share of food is being set aside, and that the body is being stripped of its garments, and that the place of the sleeping rug is being wept. He can hear all the weeping and wailing of his friends and relatives, and although he can see them and hear them calling upon him, they cannot hear him calling upon them, so he goeth away displeased. Strike one. I told y'all, lose the attachments. All my relatives, that's mine and mine. And the reason why they're crying and grieving is because they don't understand a lot of the damn science. Because it's natural to grieve and shit, but the second you know that your energy could be keeping this motherfucker on the opposite side from going to another level because you sitting there in your damn tears and shit, hey man, you care about him more than he care about himself, which is wipe your damn shit, tighten the fuck up, or at least don't have the, you know what I'm saying? Because clearly he goeth away displeased. Because, hey, stop crying. Don't cry. Nigga, you're dead trying to talk to some niggas on the other side. There's clearly a division between that realm and this realm. They're next to each other. It's like the upside down. You know what I'm saying? We're in the upside down. They're in the right side up. So the fact that the niggas on the other side be mad and be trying to get and talk to the niggas that's that talk to the people that's still in the damn earth path, like, hold the fuck up, yo. Time out. It says, at that time, sounds, lights, and rays are all experienced. These awe and frighten and terrify and cause much fatigue. At this moment, the setting to face in the bardo during the experiencing of reality is to be applied. Call the deceased by name and correctly and distinctly explain to him as follows. O nobly born, listen with full intention without being distracted. There are 6 states of bardo, namely the natural state of bardo while in the womb, the bardo of the dream state, the bardo of ecstatic equilibrium while in deep meditation, the bardo of the moment of death, and the bardo of experiencing reality. The bardo of the inverse processes. These are the 6. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. It says, O nobly born, thou wilt experience 3 bardos in the bardo of the moment of death during the experience in reality. Of these 3, up until yesterday, thou hast experienced the bardo of the moment of death. Although the clear light of reality dawned upon thee, thou wert unable to hold on, and so thou hast to wander here. Now, henceforth, thou art going to experience the other 2 in the Sipita bardo. So basically, if you don't, listen, this is what I say. If you don't get through these first 2, you're going to have to go through some shit. It said the light hit your ass and you were unable to hold on. Not all souls is like that. It could be your soul if you're not ready. Some niggas go straight to Buddhahood. Some niggas on earth are so big chilling right now, some type of monk or some nigga who just got it figured out. They know when they die, they're not worried about shite. They're good. They weren't for nothing, attached to nothing. Motherfucking go in there and tell a damn yogi his mama died. He said, good for her. Hey, your mother just died. Good for her. Which one? You know what I'm saying? So the mortal in you is gonna let your, what do they call them? You're gonna let that sense object, like the Gita calls them. You're gonna let that sense object weigh you down. You know, you're gonna let the sense object come through and bog down all of your senses. And I've already explained that. What are your senses? Oh, this feeling and love that I feel for my children or my wife. These are all electrical signals that your brain is feeling. All these emotions is just energy, emotion. It causes you to feel in love, causes you to feel anxiety, causes you to feel all these different things, fear, all these things that are associated with being a damn human. All these different emotions are simply nothing more than electrical signals in the brain. It's all it is. It's all in the brain. It's all any of this shit is. Electrical signals. Okay? Boom. What does it say? It says, okay, this is what you need to say to these niggas. Oh, nobly born, which is called death. Hold on. O nobly born, that which is called death have now come. Thou art departing from this world, but thou art not the only one. Death cometh to all. Do not cling in fondness and weakness to this life. Even though thou clingest out of weakness, thou hast not the power to remain here. Thou wilt gain nothing more than wandering in samsara. Be not attached to this world. Be not weak. Remember the precious Trinity. Listen, everything I done told y'all. You want to sit here and stay attached to the physical and to the people in this goddamn planet? This ain't the shit. You're going to be fucked up wandering samsara. Your ass ain't going to be in the goddamn Bardo. You're going to be in samsara. All this we got a spot for you. For the niggas that don't get it. You don't get it. You want to end up, you don't, listen to me, okay? You find some better shit than this, you send it to me. But right here, this is for the gods and the goddesses. Straight like that. Okay? I'm telling y'all, like how the Hermetica says, be not attached to any of that's ancient African thought. We've been said all this shit. Don't be attached to this physical world. This shit is nothing. Don't be attached to the people in this world. That's what makes you weak. On a spiritual level, if you understand that you're a god and you're on a god level and you're on some divine shit and dealing with divinity, why should anything in the mortal realm phase you? How can you have any attachment to anything in the mortal sphere if you operate on a higher mental plane? When I deal with certain people, I consciously drop down my mental plane. But when it's time, it goes right the fuck back up, and I'm not talking about fucking the NFL no more. Nigga, I can give 3 fucks about that. But because I care about other humans in a certain way, I'll dumb down my fucking thought process and go from the higher mental planes of God level down to that of the mortal run around with a fucking football or shoot a ball around and shit like that. You know, whatever. You know, not everybody's on the damn God level that I come across. And that's the thing about gaining enlightenment. The ego in you would have you believe that, you know what, I have all of this knowledge, this person is an idiot, they don't deserve my attention. I'd say use a bitch ass nigga and you know nothing. Because if you truly understood shit, you don't deal with anybody else because you have a certain level of knowledge you now can't deal with. Nah, hell no. Not at all. And that's what this shit does to people. You know, people gain knowledge from some shit that they seen on YouTube. They seen a couple conspiracies, and now you don't want to go around somebody because they took the damn vaccine, you know. Or now they're the dumbest person on earth because they took a vaccine, or they believe in Jesus, or they still eat pork and you don't eat pork, or, you know, they still celebrate Christmas, or they have their kids celebrate Halloween or anything like that. See, the ego in you has a problem with that. Okay, the people who you're even talking about, they don't care that they eat pork or celebrate their kids with Halloween or anything of that. That's you that has a problem with them doing that, you know? So you choose to cut them off based on how you feel. And you end up looking like a dumbass. I would know. Okay. Don't be that. Okay. Anyways, death cometh to all. Do not cling in fondness and weakness to this life. Even if your bitch ass did cling out of fondness and weakness to this life, it says you don't even have the power to remain here. So give up. Stop worrying about, because at the end of the day, once you pass on, this shit is done. You're done. You're donezo. Okay? May we know that them to be the nature. Okay, hold on. At last, when the uncertaining experience of reality is drawing me here with every thought of fear and terror, for all apparitional appearances set aside, may I recognize whatever visions appear as reflections of my own consciousness. Whatever visions appear, let me understand them to be reflections of my own consciousness. So you over here in certain parts of the bardo getting fucked up and impaled, or like I told you, the nigga come through and put that chain on your neck and rip your damn guts out and drink from your skull, nigga, let it, what does it say? It says, may I recognize whatever visions appear as reflections of my own consciousness. It's all a test. The way my brain pictures this and does it all, it's all a test. Nigga, is he gonna be a bitch and be scared? If he's not, then he's good. Go watch the first episode of the fucking of the show called Alice in Borderland on the damn Netflix. I watched the damn first episode. They had 2 damn names on the door, live and die. You pick one. It's already a fucked up game, so why the hell would you pick the damn door called live if you're already playing a fucked up game? Clearly the door die, you don't die when you open the damn die door. Alright? It'd be the motherfucker scared, you know what I'm saying, that be getting fucked up the most. Don't have no fear, yo. All these deities, it says, may I fear not the bands of the peaceful, and it says, may I fear not the bands of peaceful and wrathful deities, mine own thought forms. Repeat thou verses clearly, remembering these are things that you would say to the person. This is why I say you get the book and you know what to say. Okay. It says, O nobly born, when thy body and thy mind were separating, thou must experience a glimpse of the pure truth, subtle, sparkling, bright, dazzling, glorious, and radiant, awesome, in appearance like a mirage moving across a landscape in a springtime, in one continuous stream of vibrations. Be not daunted, therefore, be not awed. That is the radiance of thine own true nature. Recognize it. From the midst of that radiance, the natural sound of reality, reverberating like 1,000 thunders, simultaneously sounding, will come. That is the natural sound of thine own real self. Be not daunted thereby, nor terrified, nor awed. The body which thou hast now called the thought body of propensities, since thou hast not a material body of flesh and blood, whatever may come, sounds, lights, rays, all 3 are unable to harm thee. Thou art incapable of dying. It is quite sufficient for thee to know that these apparitions are thine own thought forms. Recognize this to be the bardo. Holy shit. The movie Jacob Ladder, this nigga was getting fucked up. I just thought about that. That was some Eastern shit that they threw in the damn movie. The whole you getting fucked up, demons terrorizing your ass, you getting fucked up. And that was the thing too. They had the nigga on the operating table about to slice his ass open. Guts and shit was all over the floor. It was fucked up. But now we know. Now I know that all the shit that he was experiencing, like the movie showed, it was all a part of his own mind. And yo ass could end up dying and being tormented in the same similar manner. It's possible. And if that does happen, remember, it is your own self, and be not dismayed or afraid of anything that you're seeing in your own shit. Okay? Now it says, O nobly born, if thou does not recognize thine own thought forms, whatever meditations or devotions thou may have performed while in the human world, if thou hast met with this present teaching, the lights will daunt thee, the sounds will awe thee, and the rays will terrify thee. Shouldest thou know this all important key to the teachings, not being able to recognize the sounds, lights, and rays, thou will have to wander in the samsara. You have to understand all this shit to be part of yourself. Period. You have to understand all this shit to be a part of you. And nothing is outside of you. The number one principle. Before there was ever a Buddhist anything, nigga. Before there was ever a Buddhist anything. There was the teachings of Tahuti in Kemet. And the number one teaching is that the universe is mental. The universe is mental is the number one shit. The number one hermetic principle. Knowing that all of this is only taking place inside of your mind. Until you can understand that this is only taking place inside of your mind. There's nothing happening outside of you. Even if you was to take a little bit of time and to research how your eyeballs work, you would know that there are no images outside of you. The image in which you think is being displayed on the outside of you is actually taking place on the inside of your brain. It's trippy shit. But the universe being mental, back then they knew this. Today, they just describe it in a lot of different scientific terms and say the brain is responsible for how your eyeballs perceive things, how your ears take the vibrations, which are sounds, and determine that shit. You know what I'm saying? Your right eye is looking to the left. Your left eye is looking to the right. The image is upside down and inverted before it's even flipped over in your brain. There's a lot going on out here, okay? A lot of optical illusions, nigga. A lot of Maya, okay? Illusionary world that we're in, okay? So, now understand there are different days. The first day, certain shit got to go down on the first day, okay? Now, they talk about certain lights, right? Now, I'm going to read this first one just so you can get a glimpse. I'm not going to read every single one, but I want you guys to get a glimpse of, like, these different days and how these different lights show up and what happens if you choose the wrong light, okay? Straight like that. So, ooh, my back. All right. Thereupon, because the power... Okay, hold on. Boom, some big... The wisdom of the Dharma Dhatu, blue in color, shining, transparent, glowing, dazzling, from the heart of the Father Mother will shoot and strike against thee with a light so radiantly that you will scarcely be able to look at it. Along with it, there will also shine a dull white light from the Devas, who will strike against thee in thy front. And mind you, the Devas is supposed to be the good niggas who work with the goddamn demiurge. But clearly, okay, anyways, thereupon, because the power of bad karma, the glorious blue light of the wisdom of the Dharma Dhatu will produce fear in terror in thee, and thou will wish to flee from it. Thou will beget a fondness for the dull white light of the Devas. At this stage, thou must not be awed by the divine blue light which appeared shining and dazzling and glorious, and be not startled by it. That is the light of the Tathagata, called the light of wisdom of the Dharma Dhatu. Put thy faith in it, believe in it firmly, pray into it, thinking in thy mind that this is the light proceeding of the heart of the Bharagan Varochana, coming in to receive thee while in the dangerous ambuscade of the Bardo. This light is the light of the grace of the Varochana. Be not fond of the dull white light of the Devas. Be not attached to it. Be not weak. If thou be attached to it, thou will wander into the abodes of the Devas and be drawn into the world of the 6 lokas. That is an interruption to obstruct thee on the path of liberation. Look not at it. Look at the bright blue light in deep faith. Put thy whole thought earnestly upon the Varochana and repeat after me in this prayer. Alas, when wandering in samsara because of intense stupidity on the radiant light path of the... Because they basically saying, if you even get to this point, nigga, you're an idiot. If you don't know that all this shit is in the universe is mental, you should go to Buddhahood off tops. If you understand the universe is mental, this is all in me. It's all a part of me. You know, you go to Buddhahood off tops. So basically they say if you over here and end up in this stage, wandering samsara because of intense stupidity. May the divine mother of infinite space be my rear guard, blah, blah, blah. Prayers, okay? Then we go through and we see second day, the power of anger and fear. So here's the thing. What it is, each day, there's a certain type of emotion on earth that you're going to feel in this state, and it's going to cause you to fuck up. And the second day is the power of anger or obscuring karma. Okay? Violent anger. Oh, shit. Third day. When you said face to face because of the excursion of bad karma from pride, the hooks of grace will strike and flee from it. Yeah, third day is bad karma and pride, not anger, pride. Okay? Again, calling the deceased by his name, blah, blah, blah. Thereupon, the power of egotism, thou will have a fear for the dazzling yellow light and will wish to flee from it. Thou will be attracted to the dull bluish yellow light from the human world. At the time, do not fear that bright, dazzling, yellow, transparent light, but to know it to be wisdom. Keeping thy mind resigned, trusting it earnestly and humbly, if thou knowest it to be the radiance of thine own intellect. Be not fond of that dull, bluish light from the human world. That is the path of thine accumulated propensities of violent egotism come to receive thee. If thou art attracted by it, thou wilt be born in the human world and have, I'm telling y'all will have to suffer birth, age, sickness, and death. Thou will have no chance of getting out of the quagmire of worldly existence. That is the interruption to obstruct thy path of liberation. Therefore, look upon it and abandon egotism, abandon propensities, and be not attracted towards it, and be not weak. Act this so to trust in that bright, dazzling light, and put thine earnest one pointly upon the Bhagda Ranta Sambhava. Look at alas, wandering in samsara because of the power of violent egotism. You have to understand, a lot of motherfuckers who's even in this situation that we're in, even stuck down here, something got you ass down here. Something got your ass incarnated. I don't know what it is, but clearly we've all done something. Okay? Or maybe you're here to help motherfuckers. You know? Who knows? But I do know that it does talk about a bluish yellow light in a very negative way. It says to suffer birth. Oh, we're bringing a baby in here. Why does the Tibetan Book of the Dead says to be birthed is to suffer? To suffer birth. That's why they said bringing these kids down here, that's the motherfucking trap. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods and to the goddesses in the chat. Appreciate y'all coming through. I only got a little bit left in me. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm hungry. Been at work since 4:30 in the morning. Came home, went straight to this. I'm running on fumes. I'm running on the spirit, actually. So, yeah. This does take a lot of fucking energy to do this shit, too. Mental energy and goddamn just real energy. So, yes. You'll have no chance of getting out of the quagmire of worldly existence. You don't want these problems, man. I'm going to skip over a few pages. Because I read this part and I thought it was interesting. Okay? I think this is a day that you don't want to make it to, but this is the 6th day. Okay? Okay? Now, on the 6th day, and this is funny, too, because they basically cuss you out a little bit. They're like, look, dude, if thou has... Okay. O nobly born, up until now, the 5 orders of deities have shone upon thee one by one, and thou hast been set face to face, but owing to the influence of thine evil propensities, thou wert terrified by them and has remained here till now. So all the shit that you got in your mind that had you all fucked up while you were down here, probably this is all the beginning of your death stage. You know, this is all causing you to act a certain way and move a certain way when certain energies pop up on you, scared and running away from everything, and you ended up in certain spots in this goddamn bardo, you know. Now, it says, if thou hast recognized the radiances of these 5 orders of wisdom to be emanations from thine own thought forms, thou wouldst have attained Buddhahood in the Samboyakaya, and thou would have been absorbed into the rainbow of light of one of the 5 orders of Buddhas. So you would have been up here in the rainbow or one of these other orders of the damn Buddhas, but instead, And the reason why you didn't is because you didn't understand that these 5 orders of wisdom to be emanations from thine own thought forms. Emanations. Everything that's popping up on your ass in this stage is an emanation. So anyways, they say all these Buddhas pull up on his ass on the 6th day. The all good father, the all good mother, the great ancestors of all the Buddhas, the Sambhata, all the ancestors of all the Buddhas and shit. You got everybody pulling up on your ass. The divine father, divine mother, these two will also come to shine. These 42 perfectly endowed deities issuing from within thine heart, being the product of thine own pure love to come shine. Oh, nobly born. Listen, this is the fucking key. If you don't get anything from anything that I fucking said, get this, please. Oh, nobly born. These realms, listen, these realms, even the scary shit, okay? All these realms, listen, okay? These realms are not come from somewhere outside of thyself. They come from within the 4 divisions of thine heart, which including its center make 5 directions. They issue from within there and whine upon thee. The deities too. The deities too. This is why I say when you pour the libations, you take a little tequila, you spit out some tequila, you leave some of the shit out. All of these different forms of the ritual that you do for the spirits that you believe are outside of you, which is fine. Know that you're only empowering yourself. When you leave the shit for the ancestors and all of that, you know what I'm saying? The deities too, they are not come from somewhere else. They exist from eternity within the faculties of thine own intellect. Know them to be of that nature. Know them to be of that nature. All of the gods are a part of me. I am all the gods, nigga. I am God, nigga. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as knowing that none of these deities, nothing is existing outside of myself. So when I call on, what was it? You know, let's say La Santísima Muerte. You know what I'm saying? That shit might scare the hell out of some Hispanic motherfuckers. But here's the thing. I believe that's the lady patron goddess of death down there. But here's the thing. She's a part of me. If I call on goddamn Sekhmet, Kali, you know, Tahuti, fucking Horus, Osiris, Set, Satan, all these different deities that exist, and each one of these have their own power associated with them because humans have done that. Humans have gave these deities certain characteristics and certain powers. And people believe them to be true, so why aren't they? So by you embodying and embracing all these things and all of these different, you know what I'm saying? This is all empowering your ass. Straight like that. So when you die and all of these things start pouring out of your subconscious and out of your own intellect, and all these things start popping up on you, you seeing some amazing ass shit, but it's scary. You know, only a motherfucker who's really not right and has done a lot of wrong. I feel like these need to be the niggas that's running from this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or just me, I'm on a God level thinking right now. So, you know, I don't give a fuck. You know, I'll do a damn ritual, call on hella spirits, and hope a damn fucking book fly off the damn shelf or something. You know what I'm saying? Give me something. God damn it. Where's the poltergeist around this motherfucker? I told y'all, when you look at all that witchcraft and all that dark magic and shit, it's just some high level energy that fuck up white people. That's it. Niggas get possessed all the time with the voodoo. They literally get possessed. White motherfucker get possessed. Emily Rose, she's crawling up the wall. Her neck is bent back all the way all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's just a certain type of energy. So to understand when the shit start coming out after your ass is dead and all these things that exist within something that is unfathomable. You can't even understand what the damn consciousness is because you only would be able to think of it as a damn mortal. You know, your fucking brain would be able to try to rationalize what the hell this consciousness is, you know. And that's why unless you're able to get the rational mind out of there and think in the obtuse or think in the abstract, a lot of this shit won't make no damn sense. But if you understand that your brain is powerful, the universe is mental, and that when you die, all of this shit is coming out of your ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to pop up and show you everything that you were. And this is why it says, know them to be of that nature. So even if goddamn Kali popped up, goddamn 10 arms, skull heads on her shit, you know what I'm saying? With her tongue out and shit, like, what's up, bitch? Goddess of destruction, I heard about you. You know what I'm saying? Fear not. This nigga pop up. I say, nigga, you got a third eye popping. I see you. You must be on my side. Third eye busting. You know what I'm saying? These niggas want to pop up. Want to treat a nigga wrong, do a nigga wrong, do all the shit. Whatever, nigga. You can't harm me, nigga. I'm already dead in the physical, and you can't kill the unkillable. I'm birthless, unfathomable, primordial, immortal, all the shit like that. Like, you can't kill that. Can't kill that. Okay? Now, there's one more thing I wanted to break down. See if I can find it. Cause I did, yeah, that's the 13th day. Dedicated. Okay, yeah, that's some interesting shit. Let me skip back a couple pages. Okay, I got a few pages. Are you guys getting this shit? I mean, again, you know, the universe is mental. I'm literally talking to myself, y'all. I appreciate sharing, and peace to the gods and peace to the goddesses. Yeah, I appreciate y'all in the comments too, though. You feel me? See, Kali will do that to you. You feel me? Straight like that. Peace to the gods and peace to all the goddesses. All right, you niggas is getting it, okay? That's all I need to see. I got one I am. I am that I am. Don't be afraid of nothing that you are. Remember that. Don't be afraid of nothing that you are. Even the bad shit, the shit that you think is bad. You know what I'm saying? Bad according to who? Fuck, nigga. Bad according to who? Who the fuck makes the rules for humans on Earth? You know, all these gods, listen, do you want to know why they all exist inside of you? Because since the dawn of time, humans have been the one who created these motherfucking gods. They're all a product of the human mind, the collective unconscious of humanity. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you afraid of? Don't be afraid. Okay? First of all, where am I at? Because there was one page that, okay, this is book 2. All right, I'm gonna read the end of that first section real quick. We have to. This is the conclusion of the first that second stage of the bardo and all that whatnot. Okay, whatever religious practices of any one of them may have been, whether extensive or limited, during the moments of death, various misleading illusions occur, and hence this total is indispensable, and to those who have meditated much, the real truth dawneth as soon as the body and consciousness principles part. The acquiring of experience while living is important. They who have then recognized the true nature of their own being and thus have had some experience obtain great power during the bardo of moments of death when the clear light draweth. I'm going to just say that again. Let's scroll back up a little bit for those who are going to get this one day. As long as you retain some of this information up into the moment of death. Do not let these niggas slip you nothing. If you end up on the goddamn deathbed, tell them you don't want no drugs. If you're on something and they're about to, do not let the damn white, first of all, if you're about to die, don't go to the white man. Don't go lay up in his hospital, nigga. He gonna put some drugs on you that's gonna rob you of the moments of that you need. They're gonna rob you of your dying process. Back in the day, you used to die with all of your loved ones around you. Not no damn hospital hook up to a damn heart monitor or no shit like that. No, nigga, you just faded to black one day. You just died. You know, and motherfuckers knew when that process was coming. Like, hey, man, I don't know. We ain't got no machine, but we know this nigga ain't finna last too many more days looking like this. You know, come say your goodbyes, you know. And for those that have the science of the soul, be on standby. Because once he closes his eyes and start getting into that, he ain't finna be opening up his eyes too many more times. You know, we about to start this process of the transition. But there is no buts. Nigga, everybody has an expiration date, and if a motherfucker look like he on his goddamn way out, he probably is. Yo, wait, what? That's the thing, too. You guys want to go to the goddamn cracker. You want to go to the goddamn white man and hope he can goddamn extendo this bitch. You want to goddamn go and hope that he can extend your life. The goddamn, they could come out with some new shit tomorrow and be like, we can guarantee you 120 years on life. 120 years on Earth, guaranteed, and you don't start aging until 80 or 90. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. Y'all will be signing up for this motherfucker. Some of y'all will be in that bitch running, trying to get your human, mundane existence of a worthless goddamn life extended. Y'all want to have life extended under the rulership of the white man? It's crazy. Black people just want to be good. Most black people just want to be good white people anyway. They just want to get a good job. Most people in the world just want to be a good European. They want to get a nice, good job. They want to move away near white people. They want to move to a nice neighborhood away from their kind, probably. And they move and they want to dress and they want to, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not dress, but they want to do all the shit that goddamn white man. They want a nice car. They want a nice home. They want a 401k. They want a fucking picket fence. They want their kids to go to college. They want their kids to go to the school. They want to do everything that the goddamn European wants them to goddamn do. There is no independent thought. My independent thought says to hell with the entirety of the system that they created. It ain't created nothing but a bunch of dead motherfuckers walking around walking dead. Spiritually dead, deaf, dumb, and blind. Retarded. The 3 blind motherfucking mice. Retarded. No knowledge of self. No knowledge of the true self. And that's the only thing that fucking matters on this planet is the knowledge of your own true divinity. Because clearly, you worry about everything else and spend your life being distracted by this shit. You know what happens when you die. You're going to die and be a damn dumbass. And a lot of shit finna... First of all, you're going to miss the first 2 stages like that. You're not even going to know. You're going to be like the other nigga. Am I dead? What's going on? Yeah, no. So, I don't know where I was going with that, but clearly I was going somewhere and somebody need to hear that. So, where we at? Okay, yeah, boom. Again, the meditation on the deities of the mystic path of the mantra, both the visualizing and perfecting stages while living, will be of great influence when the peaceful and wrathful visions draw on the Shonyid Bardo. Thus, training in this Bardo being particularly of importance while living. Hold to it, read it, and commit it to memory. Bear it in mind properly, read it regularly thrice. Let the words and meanings be very clear so that the words and meanings will not be forgotten even though 100 executioners were pursuing thee. So understand that there is some shit that you can do to prepare yourself for that specific stage of the death realm while you're here. Like I said, everything happens in your mind. So if you have consciousness, this is what I'm talking about. You have people that are dying that are unconscious. They don't have no damn thought. They don't have no real thought. So they die and it's just willy-nilly. You know? Nigga like me die and might go, I'm dead. Doesn't look like what the hell I was just doing. I had no dreams. It's the key. I don't have no super attachment down here. Fortunately for me, the women in my life have made sure that the attachments would be to a certain distance, from those that would keep me bogged down in incarnation, if you will. Every time I try to get close to a damn woman and bring her in and try to do the whole thing and maybe slip into fucking mortality or live a mortal life, and you know what I'm saying, the shit goes south. It's almost as if everything around me and outside of me and inside of me is repelling those that really are not down for the path for real. Because I'll be damned if one of these motherfuckers get down here or I fuck around and be in a situation where next thing you know, I'm being sluggish and damn near falling for the damn organ senses, and next thing you know, I'm falling in love with the goddamn physical. Next thing you know, all the shit that I was talking when I was 33 right now about not having any attachments, now I'm putting rings on fingers and shit. That's a real attachment. Now you're doing all this shit, which I'm not opposed to. It's the Matrix. Do whatever the fuck you want. Do what thou wilt. Just have her know, and you know that, hey, we ain't finna be goddamn fuck. Hey, listen, nigga. When I till death do us part, nigga, I mean that. Death, sober. I die, you die. Don't be sitting there trying to hold me back and trying to, oh, my husband, I can't let him go. Let me go. My kids will know. Don't you be over here mourning the hell out of me now. I don't like it here anyway. All right? Period. Having to fucking figure out what the hell you want to eat for the rest of your goddamn life. What the hell am I eat tonight? What the hell am I eat tonight? I don't, no. Having to buy tissue to wipe your ass for the rest of your goddamn life. No. 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 No, you niggas like this shit. I don't. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck y'all. To hell with y'all. All right, we're in this last little part. I'm highlighted up to page 67. I'm highlighted up to 69. It's a great number to stop on. I'm highlighted up to 69. We're on 63. Fuck with me. We have a few more pages to get through, but this is some real important shit. If you made it this far, that means you must be interested in not being a dumbass on the other side of the goddamn spectrum when your ass face the inevitable, which is, you know, what do they call it? Punching the ticket? See, my favorite number is 13, okay? 13 is the number for fucking the death card in tarot. And I'm like, why the fuck I'm always seeing some death shit? I done died in my dreams so many times. It's unbelievable. They say you can't die in your dreams. Bullshit. I've done it. Multiple times. A lot of times. Hell, even the KKK smoked me one time. I was pissed about that one. Because I was scared of them niggas for a minute after that when I was a jit. I was like, fuck. You bitch ass niggas. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where I was going with that. See, that's my mental starting to slip, y'all. We're getting hungry. Let's punch through it. Okay, boom. Oh, this was some shit right here too, though. On God. Listen though. So you end up in this one state or of existence, right? You get this interesting body, all right. And it said it's not a body of gross matter, so that it has the power to go right through any rock masses, hills, boulders, earth, Mount Meru itself without being impeded. Whatever. Could pass right through shit. O nobly born, thou art endowed with the power of miraculous action, which is not, however, the fruit of any samedi, but a power that come to thee naturally. And therefore it is the power of the nature of karmic power, thou art able in a moment to traverse the four continents of Mount Meru, or thou cannot instantaneously arrive at whatever place thou wishes. Thou hast the power of reaching within ever time which a man taketh to bend and stretch forth in his hand. These various powers of illusion and shape-shifting desire not. Oh shit. These such none is there of such powers which thou mayest desire, which thou cannot exhibit. The ability to exercise them unimpededly existeth in thee now. Know this and pray. Okay, boom. This is what I wanted to read though. Was it? Yes, bro. Again, for y'all who have relatives, this is about. They're gonna cry about you, okay? Especially when you're probably a little bit older. You have kids, grandpa, nigga. I'm 90, nigga. How the fuck old do you guys want me to be? Get over it, grandpa, man. I'm gonna have a kill switch. If I die, everything's getting EMP'd around me. Just in case if I die, these niggas trying to upload my shit. You know, it'll be some years from now, hopefully. Don't care if not. They might be trying to upload my damn shit, my consciousness to the damn computer or some shit. We gonna get this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We gonna find this. We gonna get that nigga. We gonna clone. Yeah, right. That's why I ain't going trying to. I'm gonna die in the cut. Fuck y'all. What's the name of that DMX movie? Never Die Alone? Fuck that. Just might. Just might. And I was reading about death too. It was actually interesting. You know, it was in this this text that I'm gonna break down to the molecule. The book's not gonna come for a little bit, but some fucking heat. Anyways, he talks about how animals, when they die, they don't just die right there. When they go find them a peaceful spot in the woods, Hey, go venture off and just go find a nice little spot and go and die. It's like a process. Niggas know when that shit is. You know what I'm saying? They know what time it is, and they goddamn they go do that process. You know, not humans all need to be, you know, all this shit and then try to keep me alive. He's not put him on life support. Like, life support? What do you got this nigga in between goddamn stages? Is he dead? Is he not? Is he gonna die? Is he halfway dead? Like, what the fuck? That's fucked up. Nigga got a nigga in limbo, nigga. Based on the amount of money you got. Well, you know, we can kill him tomorrow if you don't have insurance. So, you know, he'll be alive as long as your insurance pays. Man, don't put me on none of that shit. I'm out. I'm doing the work right now. If I don't die by next week, there should be enough workout. There should be enough shit going. My kids that I don't see, this is for them. Son, daughter, son. If y'all see this one day, nigga, we're good, nigga. We're good, nigga. We're good, nigga. Set out some food, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. I like steak, but don't waste the steak on just the essence. But, yeah, chocolate bar. Chocolate bar. Oh, shit. Speaking of which, it's hella hot outside. Left some taffy in the car. Gotta grab that. Gotta grab that. Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. When thou seest thy relatives and connections and speakest to them, but receivest no reply, then seeing them and thy family weakened, thou thinkest, I'm dead. What shall I do? And feel a great misery, just like a fish cast out of water on red hot embers. Such misery wilt thou experience at the present, but feeling miserable will avail thee nothing now. If thou has a divine guru, pray to him, pray to the tutelary deity you got, the compassion one. Even though thou feelest attachment for thy relatives and connections, it will do thee no good, so be not attached. Pray to the compassion one, and have not sorrow or terror of awe. O nobly born, when thou art driven hither and hither by the ever wind of karma, thine intellect, having no object to rest, will be like a feather tossed about the wind, riding on the horse of breath. Ceaselessly and involuntarily wilt thou be wandering around. To all those are weeping, thou wilt say, Here I am, weep not. But they are not hearing thee. Thou wilt think, I am dead. And again, thou at that time, thou wilt be feeling very miserable. Be not miserable in that way. Well, you'll never be miserable if you thought Earth sucked. That person's only miserable because they're trying to get back to their fucking family members. Which is natural for somebody that doesn't know anything. You know? Blah, blah. Karma. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is the part I was talking about, y'all. This part right here. This is some shit. Man, I was talking about niggas getting fucked up and the nigga put a chain around you, rip your head off, and then pull your guts out. It's right here. O nobly born, at that time a fierce wind of karma, terrific and hard to endure, will drive thee onwards from behind in dreadful gusts. Fear it not. That is thine own illusion. Thick, awesome darkness will appear in front of thee continually, from the midst of which there will become such terror, producing utterances, strike, slay, and similar threats. Fear these not. In other cases of persons of much evil karma, karmically produced flesh-eating nakashas, or demons, bearing various weapons, will utter, strike, slay, and so on, making a frightful tumult, and they will come upon thee as competing amongst themselves to which one of them shall get a hold of one. Apparitional illusions, too, being pushed towards the various terrible beasts, will prey. Dawn, snow, darkness, fierce blasts of wind, hallucinations of being pursued by many people, likewise will come. Sounds of mountains crumbling down, of angry and overflowing seas, and of roaring fire and fierce winds spurring up. It says, when these sounds come, being terrified by them, you will flee in every direction, not caring which way you flee. These terror-inspiring and deep will be as one as they're about to fall down. Oh, nobly born, they are not really precipities. They are anger, lust, and stupidity. They getting tore up by the demons of anger, lust, and stupidity. Knowing that the Sipara Bardo, which thou art in now, invoking the name, compassionate one. Okay, whatever, hold on. Okay, boom. Others who have accumulated merit and devoted themselves sincerely to religion will experience various delightful pleasures and happiness and ease of full measure. But that class of neutral beings, who have neither earned merit nor created bad karma, will experience neither pleasure nor pain, but a sort of colorless stupidity of indifference. O nobly born, whichever cometh in that manner, whatever delightful pleasures thou may experience, be not attracted to them. Don't not think the Trinity and abandon all the dottings and harkings. Even though thou dost not experience pleasure or pain, but only indifference, keep thine intellect in the undistracted state on the meditation upon the great symbol without thinking or meditating. This is of vast importance. So again, when you're experiencing all these different shit that's coming on you, all of it's doing is trying to shake your mind off of your square. Well, clearly you've been shaking all the way up until the point where you ended up in this part anyway. But knowing that, all of it's doing is trying to shake you off your square. Yeah. So, hold on. Right here. The knower will be dim, fleeing, and incoherent. Alas, I am dead. What shall I do? And because of such thought, the knower will become saddened and the heart chilled, and thou will experiencing infinite misery of sorrow, since thou cannot rest in any one place and feel impelled to go on. Think not of various things, but allow the intellect to abide in its own unmodified state. As to the food, that which has been dedicated to thee can be partaken of by thee and no other food. As friends at this time, there will be no certainty. So hear me out. What does it say? As to food, if you leave some food out for your specific loved one, they can eat it. As to food, that which has been dedicated to thee can be partaken of by thee and no other food. You can't walk up to no other food. You can't walk up to no other food in the damn shadow realm and eat it. But if somebody specifically said, this is for you, you can eat it. These are the indications of the wandering about in the Sipita Bardo in the mental body. At this time, happiness and misery will depend upon karma. My dog. Karma. No. 2 pages. Oh, this is the shit. Hold on real quick. This is the shit. Hold on real quick. Oh, yeah. Hold on, though. So, this also made me think of why. So, here's the thing. Let's go back. Where's we at? Okay, so remember I was talking about the tomb of Seti 1? Right? Did I ever download that? I did. So, remember I was talking about the tomb of Seti 1? And I'm like, so if your nigga's dead, and this is about to be all sealed up until, some white people come through and open it up, why put all this in a dead nigga shit? Why put all of this in a dead nigga shit? I'm going to tell you, if the spirit or the Ka in this instant, or the Ba in this instance, is hovering and floating around the body, not knowing if he's dead, not knowing what the hell is going on, what the fuck, who the hell am I, oh shit. This is me? This is my body, yeah. Okay, I was a real nigga. Okay, I was on some God level shit. Okay, I was a God. Okay, yeah. Boom, God. Something to remind a nigga, you know what I'm saying? But also, it's talking about, it says, thou will see thine own home, attendants, relatives, and the corpse, and think, now I'm really dead. What should I do? And being oppressed with intense sorrow, the thought will occur to thee, oh, what will I not give to possess a body? And thinking thou will be wandering hither and hither, seeking a body. Ooh, shit. Imagine that. You want to come back. Even though thou couldst enter thy dead body 9 times over, owing to the long interval which is passed in the Chia Bardo, it would have been frozen if in the winter, decomposed if in the summer, Otherwise, thy relatives will have cremated it, or interned it, or thrown it in the water, and given it to the birds or beasts of prey. Wherefore, finding no place to enter into, thou will be dissatisfied, and have the sensation of being squeezed into cracks and crevices amidst rocks and boulders. The experience of this is misery occurs in the intermediate state when seeking rebirth. Even though thou seekest a body, thou will gain nothing but trouble, and put aside the desire for a body, and permit thy mind to abide in the state of resignation, or act as so even then, this nigga is becoming ultimately sorrowful, because like now I'm really dead. I see this shit, I'm dead. Like, bro, you're a bitch, bro. I mean, this is just giving you an example, but I'm like, don't be this nigga who they're, just don't be that guy. Don't be that soul, okay? Boom. Back to the Samsara, because I know you guys wanted to see the motherfucking why I keep talking about, not why, but, how we get to this. All right. Okay. Judgment. Terrified. Okay, boom. Okay. If thou neither prayest or know how to meditate upon the great symbol, or the tutelary deity, or the good genius who was born simultaneously with thee, the daemon, will come out now and count on thy good deeds with white pebbles, and the evil genius who was born simultaneously with thee will come out and count thy evil deeds. Thereupon thou will be greatly terrified and awed, and thou will tremble, and thou will attempt to tell lies, saying, I have not committed any evil deed. Then the Lord of Death will say, I will consult with the mirror of karma. So saying, he will look in the mirror, and wherein every good and evil act is vividly reflecting, lying will be of no avail. And then one of the executive furies of the Lord of Death will place around thy neck a rope, and drag thee along. He will cut off thy head. He will extract thy heart, pull out thy intestines, lick up thy brain, and drink thy blood, eat thy flesh, and gnaw on thy bones. But thou will be incapable of dying. Although the body be hacked to pieces, it will revive again, and the repeated hacking will cause intense pain and torture. Even at that time, the pebbles are being counted out. Be not frightened nor terrified. Tell no lies, and fear not the Lord of Death. The body, being a mental body, is incapable of dying, even though being beheaded and quartered. Like the goddamn damn Daisy. Anyways, in reality, thy body is a nature of voidness, and thou needest not be afraid. The lords of death are thine own hallucinations, and the desire body is a body of propensities and void. Voidness cannot injure voidness, and qualityness cannot injure qualityness. Apart from one's own hallucinations, in reality, there are no such things existing outside of oneself, as the Lord of Death, God or demon, or the bull-headed spirit of death act as so to recognize this. So all of it, let's find the bull-headed God of death. Where's he? I seen this nigga. This nigga. Cuz right here, bull-headed God. Nigga who put chains around you. All this shit is a part of you. All of this is a part of you. Your own fact that now it's tearing your ass to pieces now, according to the mirror of karma. But again, you can't really die. You won't die. I guess you'll think it's painful or whatever the case may be. But again, they're telling you all these hallucinations. This is actually amazing shit, because this movie is even more amazing now, because he was going through it. This movie right here, Jacob's Ladder, probably came out the year before I Incarnated. You feel me? This right here. Fucking hell. This is exactly what he was going through down here. All of this. Just basically the whole shit was fucked. But he was definitely in that limbo stage. And the demons was fucking him up. But here's the thing, though. The demons were trying to set his ass free. The demons were trying to get this nigga to understand. Nigga, let go. Nigga, god damn. God damn. All right. So yeah, we didn't went through a lot of material. Okay, we went through a lot of material tonight. Okay, we started off with who we start off with? Where he at? Is he still up there? We started off with a Krishna explaining. This is why all this support. We're gonna do a small recap. Okay, what did he explain? Hold on. The soul, it was never born or coming to be. It is birthless and primordial. This is what you take away from this shit. Your soul is birthless and primordial. It cannot be killed. It cannot be destroyed. You have to understanding all of this shit right here will make the transition that much easier. You have no attachment to this physical. You don't go through 90% of what the fuck we just read. This is niggas who don't. That's for niggas who don't get it. And that may be your relative who did not understand. So you gonna have to whisper some shit in his goddamn ear or her ear and try to help them out. Cause guess what? According to a book that predates all the lies that you were taught in school, the dead can hear your motherfucking ass. Is that too hard to believe? You only can see 2% of the light spectrum. What else is happening outside of you? Everything. You know? Everything is happening outside of you or inside of you. But on the outside, there's shit going on and you can't see what the fuck is even going on the outside of you even here. Knowing that. Okay? So knowing that your soul is eternal and beyond destruction, never coming to be and never will not be, birthless and primordial. The real you have existed since the beginning of time. Going through the whole death gate, it matters not. Okay? You can still play the game, play the Matrix, but I'm just telling you, you've had many bodies before. Okay? Just as you throw out used clothes and put on other clothes, new ones, the self discards used bodies and puts on others that are new. Straight like that. You will be born again. Unless, you can find your way out of the wheel. Okay, literally, I read on you can get up here. As long as your mind is on point and you know what all this is and you know nothing exists outside of you, you understand the number one hermetic principle that the universe is mental and that anything that I can physically experience with my consciousness is only a faculty of me, of mine own intellect, according to the text. Okay, we know that based on your thought forms down here, this is what can lead you to be. Hold on, let's go back down here. Your ass can end up torturing your own self because you can't run from the self, and until you recognize or realize your divinity, or realize that, first of all, everything is emanating from me, from my thought forms. They want to teach people. This is what's interesting. The first X amount of thousands of years, right? X amount of thousands of years, you got people going through the mystery school and going through these mystery systems. And in the mystery system, you were learning knowledge of the soul. Okay? We'll use the ancient Egyptian one for an example, right? You go through your life up until 30 years old and you're praying to all these deities. You're worshiping Osiris. You're worshiping Aset, Isis, Heru, Tahuti, Sobek, Hathor, all these different gods they were worshiping. And then when a man was around 30, when you became an adult, 30 years old in Kemet, that's when they let you know that, hey, all those gods that you were praying to, all those deities in which we have to worship and whatnot, those are all different forms of you. And that man would have to he would have to deal with it. It's just like the movie The Matrix. All that shit's fake. We don't unplug a person's mind after a certain age because of their attachments to it. So that man who was just told that all these deities that he's been worshiping are literally non-existent other than what's inside of him, he either has to become God or deal with the fact that, or go back and basically take the blue pill and continue worshiping these deities on the outside of him like they truly exist. So even like I read in this book right here, when he was talking about the 42, you have to remember, what did it say? These 42 perfectly endowed deities issuing from thine own heart, being the product of thine own pure love, will come to shine. Oh, nobly born, these realms that you see right here, all these different realms, these different parts of the bardo, okay, they come from, these realms are not come from somewhere outside of thyself. They come from within the 4 divisions of thy heart, which including its center make 5. They issue from within there, and they whine upon thee, the deities too. All of these different spirits and deities and all of that shit, that all come from you. They all exist from eternity within the faculties of thine own intellect. Know them to be of that nature. It doesn't say guess about it. It says know them to be of that nature. If I ever see anything, I die and see some shit pop up on the outside of me, nigga, I know it's some shit that came from me. Because there is nothing that exists on the outside of me. This is what I'm saying. Doing all the, pouring libations for all of these different spirits and deities, that does nothing but empower the energy that is already inside of you. See, the way your mind thinks of it, when you think of the subconscious, you think of something inside of you as small, something that something fits in. Why not the vastness? If your consciousness is attached to, something that is vastness and unfathomable and all that, so is the damn unconscious, And that's the shit that matters. Your consciousness is what you think consciously. Your subconscious is what you fucking believe and know to be true. And how do you program your subconscious? You must feed it. How did I get here? I fed my subconscious the fact that I'm a god disguised as a nigga. Okay? I have to add that part in because, whatever. Because, we would think, no, nigga, I am a god. I don't think like a mortal. Once you stop thinking like a mortal, you start to move mentally to higher planes. You start to catch yourself when you start feeling and thinking like a literal mortal. That is a negative trait. To think like a human, humans are animalistic in their nature. They come to be the same way animals come to be. Humping. It's animalistic shit. Humans are mammals. They're the fucking living thing that reasons. That's the only thing. They have a little bit of reason. But if they're void of reason, they are literally animals. Do you see what the fuck humans do? The worst shit on earth that ever happens is not due to some outside entities like demons or fucking shit like that or the devil or some shit like that. Fuck no. The worst things on earth are done by humans because humans are the worst thing on earth. The fact that you even got a motherfucker who can fucking rationalize and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you even have that. They can determine, and there's nobody telling anybody what's right and wrong. If you need a book to tell you what's right and wrong, you're fucked up already, And that's where most people are. The majority of people need a set of guidelines for morality, basic human behavior. If you do not tell these motherfuckers not to do that shit, they're going to think it's okay to do it because who's to say that you can't? Another human? Who the fuck are they? A group of humans? Well, they got some power because they can, take you out. But for the most part, it's humans telling humans what to fucking do. Literally. So if you subscribe to the shit that, is down here in humanity and they want to get you to think everything opposite of what the hell I'm saying. For the first X amount of thousands of years, they understood what this shit was, and then they came up with goddamn Christianity and Islam, and these two religions want to goddamn take everything that was inside of you, the heavens and the hells, and move those things to physical places on the outside of you. This is horseradish. Nigga. It's horseradish. So, me personally, I can't get jiggy. I have to leave y'all with the universe is mental. Nothing is happening outside of up here. You can choose to believe it is, but like I said, get the book The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. That's a good one. Everybody who's literally says that, this is the Matrix, this is a simulation, and if it's really that, then believe that's what it really is. And if this is a Matrix and this is a simulation, and especially like if you understand you're on a God level, you feel me? The soul was never born. I could be up there projecting my consciousness down to this fucking meat suit that I'm in right now. Never in it. That's what a real ascended master would be on. You feel me? Project his consciousness just like the fucking movie Avatar. Before that nigga merged with his goddamn avatar, the nigga was never in that motherfucker. Just his consciousness. So seeing that, it's like, you don't even know. Don't even sweat it, okay? So yeah, Let me check these comments. Appreciate everybody coming through. Scribbles, Sway. Shout out L050. Shout out to Sharon. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods, peace to the gods, peace to the goddesses. JD was in here too, cuz. Peace to the gods. Shoulders to low. Peace to the god. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the gods, peace to the gods. All right, until next time, you know I'm going to cook up some more heat and come back with some heat. But yeah, until next time, I'm out. Peace to the gods and the goddesses. Nigga.